Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
With smartphones being such an integral part of our daily lives, it is truly an inconvenience when it doesn't work properly. It disrupts the normalcy of our day. When you go into the cell phone store to have it repaired, they just try to upsell you on a new phone. That's why the owner of iDrop, TKL, left those places and opened iDrop. His goal is a happy customer. TKL and the team will listen to what you have going on and work to solve the problem of your broken device in a way that best suits your needs, instead of trying to upsell you on something that you just don't need. They don't just repair phones, they can service your laptop or PC as well as your Mac. Windows 7 support is over, but iDrop can help you transition to Windows 10. They have a 5-star rating on Google with hundreds of positive reviews. Let me say that again. I don't think y'all understand how big this is. They have a 5-star rating on Google. Their customer service really speaks for itself. So if you ever find yourself with a device that isn't performing as it should, give iDrop a call at 865-888-9740 or check them out on Facebook at iDrop of Knoxville. If man made it, they can fix it.
Deep down the middle's got his man, and he's gone. Jason Swain, touchdown.
It's time for the Swain Event with your host, Jason Swain.
My man.
Real sports talk for the real sports fan.
All you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him.
It's time for the Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
Give me 2 laps and a Ric Flair.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Ben McKee, Jason Swain, broadcasting live from the Low T Center studio. It is 4 minutes past the top of the hour. On a beautiful Tuesday, hour 1 is brought to you by Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. And we made it. We're awake. We on time. We are ready to rock after the game last night ended at 11:30. National championship game ending at 11:30. So, watched every second of the national championship game. Ben, really a clinic from Baylor, just pure domination. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. Hope you are well. Hope everybody listening is well. I am stunned that Baylor ran Gonzaga out of the gym. I'm not stunned that Baylor won. I'm just amazed at how dominant they were. Because I do think Gonzaga was the best team in college basketball throughout the season. Baylor obviously claims that title now, but Gonzaga was obviously a great basketball team, and I thought that they would win last night, and I was kind of hoping that they would win because I really like Mark Few, and I was hoping that he would get a national championship and add that to his resume, and he will continue to be talked as if he's the coach that just can't win a national title, and I hate that for him because I like Mark Few. So I was kind of rooting for Gonzaga for that reason. But, man, Baylor was fun to watch last night. I know I did not pick Gonzaga to win the national championship because of my belief that Gonzaga was going to choke at some point. And I don't think that this tournament reflected that opinion that I have. They lost in the national championship game on a night where it just wasn't their night, and it was the other team's night. And I think if you played a 7-game series, it'd go to Game 6, Game 7. And obviously last night was not a true reflection of this Gonzaga basketball team. So I wish the game would have been a little bit closer. But even with it being a blowout, it was still a fun game to watch just because of what Baylor was doing defensively and allowing that to lead to offense. It was fun to watch.
It was fun to watch because it was just pure surgical, man. It was just the game plan was perfect. Offensively, Baylor was knocking down shots and driving the basketball and just being very intentional. I mean, as if it was just those guys executing the game plan to a T. And then defensively, oh my gosh, Davion Mitchell, best two-way player in the country, can go get a shot anytime he wants to. He's so quick, can handle the basketball, can make shots. And then defensively, he's just a pest, man. He's a pest because he's so quick laterally. He can beat you to the spot. Gonzaga might have been the best team in the regular season, and I still believe this. And this is why I don't pick Gonzaga to win a championship. Because they don't play anybody, Paul. They don't play anybody, Paul, in the regular season. They never really get tested like that. Now, they had an opportunity to play against Tennessee and some other non-conference opponents, but we all know that did not happen because of COVID. And who knows if Gonzaga and Tennessee, who would have won that game early in the season, later in the season, Gonzaga would have probably beat us by 20. But early in the season, you just never know. But Gonzaga didn't get a chance to play out of conference game to really be tested because they're never really tested. They're never really tested. They're never really tested in the regular season. So
they did play a couple of non-conference games. It's just when you kind of look back in hindsight, some of those non-conference games, the teams did not turn out to be what we had seen in the last couple of years. Like they beat Kansas 102-90, second game of the first game of the year.
Yeah, Kansas wasn't good this year.
Exactly. Tennessee beat Kansas by 20.
Yeah.
They beat Auburn 90-67.
Auburn wasn't good this year.
No. They beat West Virginia by 5. That's a good win. Beating West Virginia. West Virginia was a solid basketball team.
Yep, that's one.
This year they beat Iowa 99-88. So those are two good wins.
Those are two.
But Virginia, top 25-ish team this year, but not the Virginia team that we've kind of seen in the regular season over the last 5 years or so. They did beat Virginia down 98-75. And even though Virginia wasn't what they had been the last couple of years, I'll give Gonzaga credit.
2.5.
They put up 98 on that Virginia defense. So
2.5. Because Virginia, they have a great program.
Yes, but
just not the same.
To me, scoring 98 on that Virginia defense is ultra impressive. I don't care what year.
They can put up points, yeah.
It is. So those were 2.5, like you're saying.
I go 2.5.
West Virginia, Iowa, and half of Virginia, playing Virginia defensively, I guess. So I agree with you. Like that, it's well documented that's why I did not pick Gonzaga in the tournament. But I still think I was wrong about kind of my theory on Gonzaga, because my theory was that they would lose a game that they weren't supposed to in the in the Sweet 16 or the Elite Eight, and I think I had them losing to Iowa in the Sweet 16 or the Elite Eight. It wasn't necessarily that I thought Iowa was better than Gonzaga. I just kind of figured that at some point Gonzaga was going to lose a game that it wasn't supposed to, like it typically does, and I tried to be ahead of the curveball, and obviously I was not. So I still think that my theory was kind of proven wrong this year, because I go back to what I said a moment ago, and Gonzaga played its worst game of the season at the worst possible time, and Baylor played probably its best game of the season at the best possible time. And I think if you played a series, not saying that Gonzaga would definitely win, but they would win a couple of games. And that's that. I think last night was proof of what we always talk about the NCAA tournament being a crapshoot. It takes one night to be off your game, and an entire narrative is painted that you can't win a national championship.
Baylor had a lot to do with Gonzaga playing their worst game.
Absolutely.
Because Baylor presented a ton of mismatch problems for Gonzaga, which is why Gonzaga had to go to zone. Could not guard dudes one-on-one. Could not guard guys off the bounce. Baylor's guards eating up Gonzaga. Now, Jalen Suggs could hang, but past that on the perimeter, and Nembhard, you know, he did a pretty good job. But beyond those guys, Baylor's guards was eating up Gonzaga, and Gonzaga had to switch to zone, and then Baylor shot them out of the zone. So, I mean, watching that game, I learned something. I learned a lot watching Baylor this year. I watched them a couple different times. I watched them when they played against Auburn. I've watched them in Big 12 play. Obviously, I watched the game last night. But one thing that I've learned watching Baylor last night is Baylor is going to set a trend. And the trend has already started. So there's just going to be more emphasis put on this trend because of Baylor's roster and the makeup of their roster and them winning the championship. But I counted 5 transfers on Baylor's squad that combined for 75 points last night.
That's a lot.
75 points. Davion Mitchell went to Auburn first and then transferred because he was behind Jared Harper. Maceo Teague was barely recruited out of high school and went to UNC Asheville. Jared Butler signed with Alabama but when Avery Johnson signed Kyra Lewis, he backed out of his LOI. They released him, and then he went to Baylor.
Smart move, Mr. Butler. Smart move.
Adam Flagler is from Presbyterian, who was barely recruited out of high school. And then, oh, Lord, this name right here.
Need some help?
Huh? The big boy that was in foul trouble, fouled out with like 8 minutes to go. Cha-cha-cha.
The cha-cha slide?
The cha-cha slide. Anyways, he had 6 points. 75 points, man. Jared Harper was the MVP, most outstanding player. Whatever, man. He was the MVP. That was probably the beginning of soft culture. He's valuable. Most outstanding, most valuable, whatever. He was the most outstanding player. 22 points. Davion Mitchell had 15 points. Maceo Teague, 19 points. Flagler had 13 points. 5 transfers. Those 5, 75 points. Rick Barnes already got Justin Powell. According to Rob Lewis of Allquest, there's more spots that can be filled. Not just 1, not just 2, not just 3, maybe 4 or 5.
There are some other guys considering transferring.
And if you're Rick Barnes, you need to help them consider it in the nicest way possible.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and get up on out of here?
Don't you just get?
Go on now, get.
Just Just
Get to stepping.
Just go ahead. I'm telling you, this is how you have to do it. You got to be nice about it. You know what, man? Don't you want to play? You're not going to play here. I would hate to see you sit the bench where you can be playing somewhere else. You can go to ETSU. You can go to George Mason. You know those coaches. You can play now.
Go to UTC, just down the road.
Yeah, let me make a phone call for you. Let me hook you up.
Tennessee State.
Make a reservation for you. You can play with Master P's son.
Austin P now. We got a connection to Austin P with our new assistant coach.
So Rick Barnes needs to be helping these guys find a new home because he's getting paid a lot of money. He's getting paid $5 million, and the expectations are higher. And you see Baylor. And it's taken a very long time for Scott Drew. He took that job over in 2003, and it was an absolute mess. Probably the worst shape a program could possibly be in for a new head coach was Baylor in 2003. Worst possible shape. You had a teammate kill another teammate. You had a coach try to cover it up. He was given a 10-year show call, which is the same amount of time that Daytona was given, by the way. Don't you love that consistency?
It's ridiculous.
So you had two teammates, boom, gone. And then a coach gone. And the optics, I mean, the shape. Oh my God, who wants to go to Baylor? Who wants to touch Baylor? Disgusting. And Scott Drew took it on the head a couple years, and then started to win a little bit, but couldn't get over the hump. Remember the Georgia State coach? The last second shot with Ron Hunter fell off the stool. Mm-hmm. That was against Baylor. They couldn't get over the hump. Couldn't get it done. But now they're champions. They got it done with a bunch of dudes who did not originally sign with Baylor. Which means how do you get hurt? Anyways, nobody hit you.
It's in his abs. Probably tore something. Swain's asking about the Fernando Tatis, or he's holding his arm or abs, something like that.
Like he's holding his arm.
You swing and something pops.
I guess. I'm just used to getting hurt when somebody hitting you or something.
No, baseball players get hurt all the time.
Oh, I know. I see it.
Just swing or throw a ball and
rolling up on your leg or something like that. Anyways, so if you're Rick Barnes, you're Tennessee, what you saw last night is what you have to do. And I saw a bunch of guards from Baylor that was playing some one-on-one ball. Saw a matchup. It was favorable. Clear it out. Pass it back to me. Give me back. Give me the ball back. Move out the way. We saw that from Jared Butler. We saw that from Maceo Teague. We saw that from Davion Mitchell. That is something that we're not used to seeing here, though. We're not used to seeing one-on-one ball. There's an offense, and things are ran through the offense, not necessarily thrown into the post every single time, but there's a system. There's an offense. But if you have a lot of good one-on-one players, maybe you'll see more one-on-one play. Baylor proved that play a little one-on-one, get it done. Because Gonzaga had the best ball movement. They cut without the basketball better than probably anybody in the country. But Baylor, whew, those guards, man. Not just 2 deep, not just 3 deep. They got 4 deep that can start and run the point. Can handle the basketball, can create their own shot, and can shoot it. Chip and Joanne Gaines are thrilled. They are thrilled. Baylor alums. HGTV gonna be on point. 11:30, man. The game ended. All right, I need to get some coffee, Ben. You want some coffee?
Yes,
You
I
need some
do.
coffee, man?
I do.
You need some creamer?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, let's get some coffee during the break, man, so we can wake up. Thanks to the
whip my
NCAA.
coffee. I wimp my coffee up.
Yeah, we need some coffee, NCAA. Y'all done got us up late, 11:30 for championship game, so we need some coffee. We'll take our first break of the day. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
If you want to get in on the conversation, call the Iris Networks hotline at 865-200-5503. Grow your business with Iris Networks high-speed fiber internet. IrisNetworksUSA.com.
If you're coming to Knoxville and need a place to stay, do yourself a favor and book a room at Hampton Inn Paper Mill, also known as the Hampton on the Hill. This award-winning property is literally in the top 5% of all Hampton Inn properties. The GM, Stephen Lawrence, is a good old local boy who grew up in the business around Knoxville. He and his staff are always available, always willing to help, and will go above and beyond for their guests. The newest Hampton Inn in Knoxville has clean, affordable rooms, flat screens, fridges, and microwaves in every room. Plus, breakfast is included in every rate. Not to mention, there's also a pool and fitness center on site. If it wasn't so close to amazing restaurants, bars, and shopping, you would never want to leave. At only 6 miles from campus, you're still right in where the big orange action is. Go to HamptonInn.com, search Knoxville, and book your room at the Hampton Inn Paper Mill or call 865-693-5400.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup, or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. There is no better restaurant in town to enjoy the madness of March with. Cheer on the Vols and the Lady Vols with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue, the search is over.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to OFOKnox.com. That's OFOKnox.com. JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty.
They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
Tennessee basketball making some moves. 2 assistant coaches go out to get head coaching job, which now if you're Rick Barnes, folks look at you and say, man, I can go to Tennessee and work for National Coach of the Year, develop myself as a head coach. I'm going to be allowed to speak to the media and be groomed to be a head coach and be myself. That's my path to be a head coach. So now Rick Barnes is going to attract some really good assistant coaches. He's done that every time there's been a vacancy. This is 3 assistant coaches since he's been in Tennessee that have went on to take head coaching jobs.
4. Chris Ogden. At the very start went to.
That's right.
Except he didn't go directly to UT Arlington. Didn't he go to Texas Tech under Chris Beard? I think he did. He went to Texas Tech under Chris Beard, then got the UT Arlington job, then is now back at Texas with Chris Beard.
Yeah, he was at Tennessee 15 to 16, then he went to Texas Tech as an assistant, and then he went to UT Arlington. You are right. So 3.
Yes. So 3. You were right. 3.
So 3 assistant coaches that went on to be head coaches in a short 6 years of Rick Barnes' time here at Tennessee.
And Mike Schwartz will get a job at some point.
Yeah, he's next.
Yep.
He's next. Good time for Chris Lofton to be a head coach. I mean, be a coach now.
It sure would be.
It's got some spots open for you, CeeLo. There's some spots available. Good time for Chris Lawson to dibble and dabble in some coaching, man. Put that basketball down and pick up the whistle, and then pick up the basketball again. Because you gotta have to coach. You can coach guys how to shoot. This is how you shoot over dudes who are 6'11" with 5 seconds to go. But coach, I can't do it like you. Just do it like this. Just do it like that. Great players, man, sometimes are not the best coaches because how do you teach someone to do what you do? Like Magic Johnson, how do you teach point guards to be like you? Come on, man. You 6'9" with eyes in the back of your head. Not everyone can be like you. But Tennessee went out and replaced some coaches. Rick Barnes did that by going over the Austin P. Ben and bringing in Rod Clark. Rod got a little sauce, man. I can tell you got some juice, got some swag to him.
Yes, which I am a big fan of. Now, you're not going to get triggered talking about Rod Clark, are you?
Why would I get triggered? triggered.
You would get triggered because he spent this past season at Austin Peay. The year prior, he spent it at Loyola Chicago. That doesn't trigger you, does it?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. You know, Sister Jean didn't blessed him, prayed over him, so we good.
So now you're a Sister Jean fan?
Yeah, man. I've always been a Sister Jean fan. I'm just not a fan of all the coverage.
That's fair. That is fair. It does get annoying. I think it is a very awesome story. I think you could even use the word sweet. I think it is a sweet story.
It is sweet
with Sister Jean, but it
is sweet. But too much sweets, man, get cavities.
That is true. That is a great way to put it. It does get old at one point, but I'm excited about Rod Clark. It seems more like a recruiting hire to me than an X's and O's hire, just because with losing Desmond Oliver and Kim English, you're losing your top two recruiters. Not that Schwartz does not recruit or is not a capable recruiter, but you frequently heard Desmond Oliver mentioned in recruiting circles, and we all know that Kim English is one heck of a recruiter.
Yeah.
So this strikes me as more of a recruiting hire because, A, you lose those two guys, and then you look at Rod Clark's resume, and he doesn't have extensive coaching experience, especially at a place like Tennessee. But what he does have is recruiting ties. That is what he does have. Prior to Loyola Chicago, he was at Sunrise Christian Academy there in Kansas, which is where Kennedy Chandler just played his senior year of high school basketball. And great players all throughout America go to Sunrise Christian Academy there in Kansas to play college basketball or play high school basketball, finish out their prep career. So those ties should pay off for Tennessee. Would you agree with that? That it feels more like of a recruiting hire?
Oh, definitely, man. It has to, it has to be that. You know, you went out and got Kim English. That was a big time hire with a young coach who had recruiting ties, and you know, Kim English was very, very important in bringing in Kennedy Chandler. So yeah, man, heck yeah. And you know, Rick Barnes not a spring chicken, so you know it's good to have some younger guys around you.
And the second sentence in Tennessee's press release speaks to exactly what you were saying. Says Tennessee basketball coach Rick Barnes announced Monday that he has added Rod Clark to his staff as an assistant coach, a young and energetic rising star in the profession. Clark, 28 years old, enters just his third season as a collegiate assistant in 2021-22. He is a native of Kansas City, Missouri. I mentioned earlier that he spent this past season at Austin Peay, and then the year prior, he was at Loyola Chicago, and then prior to Loyola Chicago, he was at Sunrise Christian Academy, and he's worked with Tyrese Maxey, who has played a little bit here and there with the 76ers, and Shaq Harrison, and how about Drew Timme? So those are the three names that are associated with Rod Clark in terms of developing. And I liked Rick Barnes' quote about Rod Clark. Said that, quote, "We had an opportunity to be very selective in making this hire, and I couldn't be more excited about adding Rod. We weren't the only high major program who wanted him, but thankfully he wanted to be at Tennessee. He fits everything we prioritize in our program culture, and I know he is going to connect with our players in a special way."
Love it, love it, love it.
And Tennessee, in this press release, did do its best job to kind of promote that he's more than just a recruiter. They got comments from Mike Schwartz, and Mike Schwartz said that Rod understands how to develop college players and make them better. Before transitioning to the college game, he proved himself at the highest levels of high school and grassroots basketball. In doing so, he developed a powerful recruiting network built on genuine relationships.
I like it. Look at that positivity. Man, you okay, man?
Yeah.
Is this the first day of the allergy season where, you're on the brink of taking the L?
I don't think I'm going to take an L because I took my medicine before I went to bed last night in hopes that it would prevent this. Obviously, that did not work. But I haven't had a bad day yet. I've had my hour one struggles, and this is the most extensive hour one struggles I have had to this point, obviously. So I don't think I'm on the verge of taking an L, but I think I'll be fine here in a couple minutes. It's always hour one for whatever reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's something on this mic that I'm breathing into my nostrils that trigger my sneezing.
So, hey, you don't want to use that mic.
I'm the only one sneezing during the first hour.
That's right. That's your mic over there.
So I don't know, but I should be fine here in a couple minutes. You know, it always wears off by the time we get to hour two. I don't know why, but it does.
It's like clockwork.
It doesn't bother me when I'm on my way in or the first segment. It's that second, third, and maybe a little bit of the attaboy. It bothers me. I don't know why. It makes no sense to me.
Man, one thing I've noticed, Ben, is with all the coaching movement, there's been a lot of promotions from within. I mean, the big one is Hubert Davis being promoted from within. He's been there 8 or 9 years as an assistant before he's working at ESPN. And I think he kind of started – I think he was with the crew that started Game Day in basketball. I want to say he was. And then he went to college. And, I mean, who has more experience between him and Jerry Stackhouse? I don't know. But he's been promoted. You look over there at Texas Tech, and Chris Beard goes to Texas. And then Texas Tech, they promote from within with Mark Adams. And then Loyola Chicago, their head coach goes to Oklahoma, and then Loyola Chicago promotes from within. I don't know if it's a big deal or not, but we're not seeing these coaching searches like we typically see in football. There's just been a promotion from within. Tennessee got themselves a new coach, an assistant coach, because Desmond Oliver took the ETSU job, and there may be some East Tennessee representation on the roster. Maybe Drew Pember, maybe Quez Glover, keeping some of those in-state players there at ETSU. Just a weird situation going on at ETSU, to be honest. I'm happy for Desmond Oliver. That's about it, though, based on what I've gathered so far, what's going on at ETSU. But great opportunity for Desmond Oliver. Wish him nothing but the best. Great for Kim English. Wish him nothing but the best. And Rick Barnes got a little coaching tree, man. Got a coaching tree.
Those are just the coaches that he's worked with at Tennessee, too.
From here, I know. Got a coaching tree. Let's see if Rick Barnes has ever lost to one of his branches.
One of his proteges.
Can we call it that? Branches? Leaves? Huh? I don't know. One of his old assistant coaches, because, every time Alabama plays, Kirby Smart or Jimbo Fisher, they always mention that no one has beaten Nick Saban that's worked for him as an assistant. So I wonder if Rick Barnes has ever lost to one of his assistant coaches who turned into a head coach. I'm sure he has. I'm sure he's had. I just want to know who it is. Got some Tennessee football news. Oh gosh. I need some more coffee. I'm halfway done with this cup, and this is a big cup too, Ben.
For the people watching, please look at the cup that Swain gave me during the break.
I hooked you up, man. I hooked you up.
This is the coffee mug that he gave me.
It's my wife's coffee mug.
Oh, I'm drinking out of a cup that a legend has drank out of.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have
there you go.
superpowers when I'm done.
Yeah, kissy lip coffee cup, man. Hooked you up, man. Hooked you up. 865.
I got a cup for you when you come to my house.
I'm allergic to dogs. I ain't gonna be coming over there.
You're talking about getting a dog.
I'm gonna keep him outside in the pen.
You're just gonna stare at him through a window.
Nah, man, ain't no sense having a dog if you don't keep him outside. So,
youngest daughter, go pet him for me.
all right, man. I'm like excited, but I'm dreading having a dog because I'm so excited for my youngest daughter because she's gonna be the happiest person ever. I got a funny story about her. I'll tell you after the break. Swain Event fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
I'm Vince Moore, wide receiver, VFL 1991, and you're listening to the Swain Event.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at GarzaLaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. There is no better restaurant in town to enjoy the madness of March with. Cheer on the Vols and the Lady Vols with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
We're here with Dr. Michael Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine to discuss stem cell treatment and PRP. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, Achilles tendonitis, or tennis elbow, you should give them a call.
That's right, Jason. We specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged tendons, ligaments, and joints by using ultrasound-guided injections with stem cells or PRP. And this form of treatment actually stimulates the body's own reparative process and allows for healing of the damaged tissue.
So, Doc, what makes your training different than others?
Well, Jason, I've been practicing in Knoxville for 26 years, and I'm certified in interventional regenerative orthopedic medicine through the American Academy of Orthopedic Medicine. So unlike the big seminars that will advertise stem cells, fly someone in for a couple hours to talk about supposed stem cells that you order off of a shelf, then they'll depart, leaving the patient wondering who will be the person injecting me and what their level of training is. At Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, I'm the one doing the procedure, and we're using your own bone marrow stem cells or PRP. So in other words, it comes from you and it goes back to you. So you know exactly what you're getting and know exactly the level of training involved.
Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, trsportsmedicine.com. East Tennessee's leader in PRP and stem cell therapy. Guys, your health right now is more important than ever. I recommend Low T Center. That's where I get my levels checked. It all starts with the annual wellness exam where they do a comprehensive health assessment exclusively for men, making it quick and easy to take care of your health. And now they offer monitored self-inject at-home testosterone treatment. Most insurance is accepted. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment and make your health a priority. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare. When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to ofonox.com. That's ofonox.com. JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential.
JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
Kim English, Dennis Felton. He coached at Georgia. Fran Fincello, we see him on ESPN. Frank Haith, Rob Lanier, Ken McDonald, Chris Ogden, Desmond Oliver, Herb Sindick, Larry Shyatt, Ricky Stokes, Rodney Terry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 former assistants under Rick Barnes who are now head coaches. 12. That's his coaching tree. All right, so the quick story. So there's no secret. I have 3 daughters, 12, 6, and 5. My middle one is 1,000% all girl. My oldest one has a nice mix. My youngest one, not mixed like boy girl, but just, she like wearing sneakers and playing sports, and she's not like always wants to wear dresses. That's my middle one. My youngest one is more like me really than any one of my kids. My youngest one wants a dog. She loves animals. I won't be surprised if she's like a veterinarian when she grows up. She loves animals. Loves them. So my wife was going to get her nails done Saturday. Had a nail appointment, and my oldest one was going with her. She decided to take the youngest ones too to get their nails painted too, because they like to get their nails painted. So my wife was like, we were sitting in the living room all together, all 5 of us, and she was like, I got this big surprise for you girls. And everyone's excited. Yo, what is it? What is it? A surprise? She's like, I'm going to take everyone to get their nails done tomorrow. Everyone's like, yeah. Except the youngest one. The youngest one starts crying. She was like, I thought you was going to say we're getting a dog. Man, I was rolling laughing. I had to leave the room to start laughing, though. But I was like, yo, why is she so upset? She wants a dog so bad.
I can't tell.
She wants a dog so bad, man. So it's going to be I'm enjoying it now, not having one. So I said, we'll get one in a couple weeks. A couple weeks can mean 2. It can mean 10, which that will take us until the summer. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm trying to push it back as long as I can, man, to the summer. So people out of school, it ain't just me messing with the dog myself. All right.
I can see her saying that.
Man, she was not happy. Do we have any more positive stuff we can talk about before updating the good people about how Tennessee doesn't have any linebackers right now? Like literally 0 linebackers who are healthy and not suspended. Who is healthy and not suspended at linebacker?
Solon Page.
Solon Page.
Come on down.
You win Most Improved Linebacker Award for the spring.
Oh, I have positivity to talk about.
What you got?
Tennessee baseball.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We climbing those rankings, baby.
Up to number 4.
Who?
3 of the 5.
Who got number 4, Ben?
3 different people.
All right.
Perfect Game.
Perfect Game. Oh, yeah. Good site, man. They do a great job.
Collegiate Baseball Newspaper.
They still make newspapers?
It's like an online newspaper.
Good job, guys. Good work.
USA Today Coaches Poll.
USA Today. Still in my top. After last week, having the Vols ranked really, really high. I was nervous, man. I'm telling you, that first game, I watched the first game.
You texted me.
Yeah. All I texted you was bruh.
That's all you.
Bruh.
You said bruh. ...
That's it. That's all I said.
At 9:42 p.m., I said, so stupid.
I'm over here. I ain't never watched baseball on a Friday night. I'm over here watching.
Hold on. So did you watch Saturday or Sunday?
No, that's why they won.
So you watched Friday, the game that they lost, and Chad Dallas.
I was done.
And Sean Hunley.
I was done.
Had their worst performances on the mound all season. And that happened to be the game that you watched.
I thought it was my fault.
And then Tennessee won on Saturday and Sunday when you weren't watching.
I thought it was my fault, man. Obviously, it was my fault because when I wasn't watching, they won. Listen, man, I've been building a fence around my garden. I've redesigned my garden, my beds. So that's what I've been doing the last 2 or 3 days. So if anyone texts me or called me in the last 2 or 3 days, you probably haven't reached me. I'm finally done now.
Yes.
I got to put a latch and some hinges on the door, but that's it.
Can I say something about the number 4 ranking, and then D1 Baseball has Tennessee at number 6, as does Baseball America?
Yeah.
I feel like this needs to be said because, and I don't mean this in a condescending way when I say this.
Oh, you got to say it with your chest, man. I see you got to put your chest out, man. You about to say something. You over here prefacing your statements.
I am.
No disrespect or nothing.
Truly, this is not to be condescending, but if we're being honest with ourselves, a lot of people do not actually watch Tennessee baseball. And so they see the number 4 ranking, and they assume that Tennessee is the 4th best team in the country. Tennessee is not the 4th best team in the country.
Hey, that's what the ranking says, Ben. I don't.
You're correct. I think Tennessee may get a dose of reality this weekend or next weekend. Tennessee is a very good baseball team. Not trying to say that. I'm trying to temper expectations because with Tennessee being up to number 4 in the country, people are going to overreact to that and think that Tennessee is the 4th best team in the country.
You ain't going to slow down this train, Ben.
It needs to be slowed down because what's going to happen is y'all are going to turn on Tony Vitello. That's what's going to happen.
Let's go, Tony V.
I will not allow people to turn on Tony V. Tennessee
Let's go, Tony
is
V.
a top 10 team, maybe a top 15, maybe top 20. They're somewhere in that range. They've been the beneficiaries of starting out with a Georgia team that, not a bad team, but they lost a lot over the offseason. They're kind of trying to rebuild, similar to how Tennessee basketball had to rebuild after Grant and Admiral, after those guys moved on. LSU is not good, as we saw this past week, and they got shellacked by Vanderbilt. And then, Tennessee is better than Alabama, and Alabama is better than their record says they are. But Tennessee should beat Alabama. Alabama is not one of the top-tier SEC teams. So Tennessee has been able to play a trio of SEC teams that are trying to rebuild, or it's just not year. They have not played the upper echelon teams of the SEC, and they may come out and sweep Florida. They may come out and win the series against Florida. That is a possibility, but it is going to be very tough. Florida was the preseason number 1. They're playing much better baseball right now after getting off to a a slow start. They looked really good at Ole Miss this past weekend. So I'm not trying to diminish the accomplishment because it is a heck of an accomplishment, and that should be talked about, it being an accomplishment. I just want to warn people that Tennessee is not actually the fourth best team in baseball, because it's going to set unrealistic expectations on Tony V, and then the moment he doesn't reach those expectations, people are going to crush him for it.
Today, they are the fourth best team in the country, Ben.
According to the rankings,
and
yes.
What you not going to do, you ain't going to do this up in here this morning. What you not going to do is provide all this baseball coverage for this whole entire time that Tony Vitello's been the coach. You've been going to the baseball games. You've been watching all the huddling, all the meetings at the mound.
There were a lot this weekend.
All the sunflower eating, tobacco spitting.
Spitting sunflower seeds.
You've been watching all that, Ben. You've been providing great baseball coverage to the Tennessee baseball fans out here. And now Tennessee out here spanking booty and clapping cheeks. And now they have the fourth. They have they're the fourth best team in baseball. They're ranked fourth. And what you're not gonna do is slow down this train. That's what you're not gonna do up in here. You ain't slowing down this train, man. We already full steam ahead, man. What you're not gonna do is slow it down. No, man, you didn't brought the coverage. You didn't lecture us on how Tennessee baseball should be covered just like the other sports.
I have not lectured
Yes, you have. You've done it before.
Oh, in that sense,
Yeah,
yes,
you have done it before.
I have.
Do you believe that all the sports should be covered?
It's
not
been
just
a couple
Tennessee
years
football.
Since I went on that rant, though.
No, okay.
Yes, it has.
I remember.
You can give me that.
I remember.
It's been a while since I mentioned that.
Okay, but I remember though. I remember that. This is why people love you, man. You're not just football. You have respect for the other athletes, the Lady Vols, the men's basketball team, the baseball team. I'm looking forward to seeing you at the next volleyball match. But
where do they play their games?
Over there. Over there. So, nah, man, you're not gonna just stop me from being hyped.
Can't believe you didn't mention the weeklies. How disrespectful. I'm not saying you shouldn't be hyped.
We are fourth.
Tennessee is, in my opinion, more in the 10 to 20 range, and they've benefited by playing three of the lesser SEC teams in the league. And when I say lesser, that doesn't mean that the three teams are bad. If LSU played in a different conference, their conference record wouldn't look as bad as it does right now. Georgia and Alabama, they're better than their SEC record indicates, but they play in the SEC. So Tennessee has beaten good teams, but they need to validate their success by taking it to Florida this weekend. I think they're more in the 10 to 20 range, and I'm just warning people that I think it's going to even out at some point. Especially now that you're getting
why you didn't do this 2 years ago in basketball when Tennessee was climbing up the rankings? You didn't stop people from getting too excited, going, I don't know if we are really the fifth best team, or I don't know if we really the first best team.
Because at that time, Tennessee, well, prior to being ranked number one, it's like as soon as Tennessee became ranked number one that season, then they started kind of playing
like the fifth best team.
Yeah, we had a ton of conversations about that on the show, but up until being ranked number one, they were playing as the best team in the country.
I think we can really say that about every ranking, every poll, that it's really not a true indicator of exactly where you are. A lot factors into it. Your current schedule and the teams around you. If the teams around you have played really tough games, and they've already taken some L's versus harder competition, then they may be a little bit behind you. You haven't played those tougher games, but your record is better, and you're going to be ahead of them. I think we can say that really about any sport when it comes to in-season polls.
Yes. To put a bow on my thought, the fourth ranking, being ranked number 4, is more of an accomplishment for the program as a whole and a sign of the newfound respect that people have for Tennessee baseball. I don't think it'll end up being representative of Tennessee actually being the fourth best team in the country.
What you ain't going to do is do that, Ben. I will put this medium jersey back on, man, and not be able to breathe. All right, hour 2 coming up.
I'm Vince Moore, wide receiver, VFL 1991, and you're listening to the Swain Event.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. There is no better restaurant in town to enjoy the madness of March with. Cheer on the Vols and the Lady Vols with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling because you'll know that you're in love.
At Hiller, we care about your family's comfort all year long. If you get caught without air conditioning this summer, we're offering a free service call with any repair. That's a free service call when we do the work on your HVAC system. Visit happyhiller.com to schedule your appointment today.
Call the happy face truck today.
You don't have to take an L just because you can't listen to the Swain Event live. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
Swain Event fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Hour 1 was brought to you by Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. Hiller is giving away a free vacation for you and your family this month with every purchase of a new whole home generator or select new HVAC system. Hiller is going to give you a free week-long vacation with every purchase of a new tankless water heater. Hiller is going to give you a free weekend-long vacation and also hook you up with $100 for gas. You can choose from 400 Marriott, Wyndham, Hilton, or Hyatt hotel properties. Take advantage of this opportunity while you can. happyhiller.com. Happy you'll be, or the service is free. Let me tell you something else about you, Ben. Let me tell you what you ain't gonna do. What you ain't gonna do is not let me get hyped about some positivity and about Tennessee baseball, even though I don't really follow baseball like that. I've been following baseball now more because of Tony Vitello and this Tennessee baseball program. I'm warming up to it. But you ain't going to let me, or you're not going to stop me from being hyped. Tennessee baseball's winning. They're having fun. They play with the edge. We got a cool coach who calls people meat sticks, while we got football players out here beating up cats, trying to steal somebody else's weed, driving around campus with scales and guns and weed, whose daddy is a Hall of Famer in the NFL. We got a staff that was just fired for cause with everybody in the college football is cheating. Will Wade still coaching at LSU, Ben. Nothing has happened to Kirby Smart. And they beat us out for the player that we was cheating for. Ben, you ain't going to stop my happiness. You are not going to stop this hype train for Tennessee baseball. Our bodies need this, Ben. We need this. Let us be disappointed. We know we play Florida coming up. We know they're pretty good. We know we got to play the Vandy boys. The Vandy boys. Did they put a Z at the end of that?
No.
Did they put a Z at the end of that?
No, but you're making me question.
Because I thought I saw a Z at the end of that, which I know Vandy need to stop doing that because, they ain't going to put a Z on anything like that. That's not proper. You got to put an S on the end of that.
Their Twitter account says it with an S.
Well, we know we got to play the Vandy boys, and we know how good they are. But we living in a moment, Ben, and right now we're the 4th best team in the country. The rankings say it. 3 different publications say it. And 3 people said that they saw you in the corner dancing for money, Ben. It's hard to deny it. One person says it, okay, maybe that one person is lying. But 3 people saw you in the corner dancing for money? I'm tending to go with 3 people. 3 people saw you, Ben. You dropped it. You're doing Tootsie Roll. Taking tips. They're not lying. 3 people said Tennessee baseball.
Here's what I'm not going to let happen.
4th in the country. I'm believing them over some newbie at VolQuest. Just because you work at VolQuest, you think you're going to tell people not to be hyped. What has gotten into you?
No. See, that's where we're going to nip this in the bud. Nobody's going to talk to me about being on the hype train when I was on the Tony Vitello hype train before anybody else.
Why are you slowing us down now, Ben? Huh? Why are you slowing us down now?
I care about Tony so much that I'm trying to temper expectations and temper reality.
Man, we about to break a speed record on this train, man.
I'm not going to let y'all tell me that I'm slowing down the hype train when I'm the one who started the Tony Vitello hype train. I've been with Tony since he was shooting shots in the gym.
Hey, man.
You wasn't with me shooting shots in the gym like Drake said in that Rick Ross song, Stay Scheming. You wasn't with me shooting in the gym. You wasn't with Tony and I getting it out the mud in year 1, year 2 when nobody cared about Tennessee baseball.
So why are you uncomfortable now, man?
I'm not uncomfortable.
I'm
telling you right now, they're not the 4th best team in the country.
You know how
they're more in the 10 to 20 range.
When you start reaching a high altitude, your nose start to bleed a little bit, your ears start to pop, your body's feeling a little weird because you get higher and higher. The elevation is increasing, and your body's not used to that. That's you right now, Ben. You're a little nervous. You're a little nervous because Tennessee baseball is soaring to the top. And Ben's over here, he got bubble guts, his ears is popping, a little nervous.
Well, because
no.
I've already
slow it down, y'all. Slow down the hype train. Where's the brakes?
Well, it's just like this past weekend. Everybody was on the hype train going into the weekend, as they should have been. And the moment they lose the first game of a 3-game series, everybody's just losing their mind. Oh, I thought we were a baseball school. Oh, I thought we had a good baseball team. Oh, Tony V can't even beat Alabama. Oh, we're overrated. Oh, I should have put my cup in. I mean, everybody was freaking out over losing 1 game on Friday. So
that was me. I was done with Tony, man. I lost to Alabama 1 time.
Yeah, I mean, you texted me, bruh. ...
I'm done. I'm done with you, Tony. We'll lose to the Bammers, man. I'm done.
So if that happens, what happens when you get up to number 3 and then you lose a series to Florida?
Just don't lose to Alabama. Florida's a good baseball program. A great baseball program. Alabama's not. They're trash. I was done with Tony for like 5 minutes. I text you, I was like, bruh, I'm done.
I'm done, son.
I'm done. I'm going back outside, working in the garden. I'm done. I'm done with sports. I'm hosting a sports show. I'm done with sports. I'm done. I'm tired of people breaking my heart.
I hope Tennessee comes out this weekend and validates their ranking. I do. If they play like they did this past weekend, that will not happen, though. And there were some things this past weekend that have kind of been some trendy issues, and I shouldn't say things as in multiple things. It's really just the whole leaving runners on base. Tennessee does a lot of great things to get runners on base, but that doesn't matter if you can't drive them in. I don't know what the final number was, but late in that Sunday game, I mean, they had left like 28 to 30, something like that, runners on base the entire weekend, and you're not going to beat teams like Florida doing that. And they did a pretty good job of driving in runners on base against LSU the weekend prior. But that's been a pretty consistent issue with this team, is that they load the bases with no outs or 1 out, and they score 0 runs. They leave the Ducks on the pond stranded, or they score 1 run. And you can't do that against teams like Florida. So
maybe you need to call Karen Weekly and get some slap button courses going on, man. Some instruction. I think that's one of the best tactics in sports. The real D from the 423 says, sounds like Ben needs to be texting a friend with all this negativity. Yeah, why don't you text your Bama group chat? All that negativity over there.
I will. I'll text them right now.
Yeah, text them right now and tell them I said.
My mama told me to tell you to mind your.
Tell them I said, go to hell, Alabama. Exact words.
Well,
I want all the smoke.
I'm disappointed in you. I don't care if you were in your garden. I sent that video of Coach Fulmer singing to Alabama in the locker room, and you didn't even respond to me.
It's too soon.
I'm sorry, what was that, a cough?
It's too soon.
Too soon?
It's too soon. It's too soon, man. Way too soon. I still had the press conference in my mind where Coach was asked about the good things. He said recruiting. It's too soon, man. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. That's why I didn't respond. I saw it. I was like, I'm not ready.
Did you watch the video?
I mean, I've seen it 83 times. No, I didn't watch the video. That's not the reason why I didn't respond. I didn't see the text until like later. I told you I was in my garden.
I don't care. I'm sure you had your Apple Watch on. I'm sure it popped up on your watch.
Watch was dead.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good now. I'm at 92%. My watch been dead for like 2 days.
I bet your phone's dead though.
No, man, my phone, I'm good. My phone, I'm at 95%. Look at that, baby. Told you the garden was done, pretty much. The fence around the garden was done. So I'm back, man. I'm back to charging my devices and stuff now. CJ Vol says Baylor still crashing the boards. Very impressive. Yeah, they were dogs, man. They out rebounded Gonzaga, I think by 16? I want to say 16.
A lot.
And man, they had a 6'6" post player, man. Charles Barkley moving people out the paint with his trunk, with the buttocks rebounding. Terrell says, Tootsie Roll for money on the corner. I'm dead. CJ and Belt Buckle, how did y'all do on the Swain Event bracket? See, CJ, why are you bringing up that?
I don't even want to know.
Why are you bringing up that, CJ? CJ, why you bring that up? Ben, pull up the bracket.
I don't want to.
Pull it up, man. Pull it up. Let's see where we fell. Let's see where we fell on the bracket. I know I picked Illinois, and I stopped looking at my bracket. I'm surprised I still have it. I'm surprised I didn't throw it away. I had Zags, Texas, Baylor, and Illinois in the Final Four. And Texas then ran their coach off. They got a new coach. So I got 2 out of the Final Four right, but obviously I missed out big because I picked Illinois to win the whole deal. I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I was emotional because that's my birth state. All right, Ben, where were we? Who won the whole deal? Who's the champion?
CJBB is what it says.
I wonder why. That sounds familiar.
He is.
CJ and Belt Buckle asked, how did y'all do on the Swain Event bracket? Who number 1?
It says CJBB.
CJBB. CJ and Belt Buckle.
He picked Baylor to win it all. Had Baylor over Gonzaga. Had all 3 of the 4 Final Four teams. He missed on Houston, it looks like. No, he had Houston in there. Yeah, he had all 4 Final Four teams right.
CJ did?
Mm-hmm.
He had UCLA?
This is confusing. It's kind of hard to tell his previous picks on here. It looks like he had Alabama. Like I said, it's hard to tell his previous
He
picks.
disqualified, CJ. Disqualified from the bracket, man. He had Alabama in the Final Four. CJ think he's slick, man.
Yeah, I can't tell what his previous picks were, but it looks like he did have Gonzaga.
CJ think he's slick. How'd y'all do on the bracket, knowing that he got first place?
I was 144th.
Out of 144 people?
I hope not. Out of 158.
Oh, man, that's terrible.
There are a lot of people tied, though. So, like, there's a bunch. Like, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 158s.
Oh, I definitely beat you.
What's your username? You never told me. I definitely finished towards the bottom.
Man, I beat you.
This was the worst bracket I've ever had in my life.
I mean, I thought
Neil and Mafia didn't finish too far out in front of me.
I thought you were the expert.
D's Nuts finished 126th.
What about Bofa?
I don't see Bofa. What's your bracket name? Or you can.
Hey man, get off my shoulder, Ben.
I already saw it.
I got 800 points.
You finished in the top half. You finished top 100.
Ooh, Ben.
You finished.
Mine is just
85th.
Mine is just playing guy in Tennessee.
One.
That's mine. Just playing guy in Tennessee. 1.
You finished 85th.
So I beat you. I'm
Yes.
good. As long as I beat you, I'm good, man. I can't take you bragging, coming in to work every morning.
Even if I would have beat you, I would not have bragged this year because my bracket was absolute trash this year.
Damn, Ben, your bracket was trash.
Mm-hmm. I had Illinois over Iowa in the championship game.
Ben, that was terrible. You wasn't thinking, was you?
Nope. Well, like I told you when you were filling out your bracket the day of the tournament beginning, is I'm putting all this thought into mine, and you're picking emotionally, and your bracket will be better than mine. I told you.
Charles says, football news? Oh,
Charles. Do you want us to talk about
Charles such a buzzkill.
Football players kicking kittens?
Charles such a buzzkill right now.
There are as many suspended inside linebackers as there are available inside linebackers right now.
Here you go, Charles. For Tennessee football news. You bringing the mood down, Charles. We were having a good time talking about Tennessee baseball. Here come Charles talking about, what about Tennessee football news? Oh gosh. Here you go, Charles. Tennessee announced yesterday that it has suspended linebacker Aaron Beasley indefinitely after the linebacker was accused of animal cruelty following an incident involving a 6-month-old cat belonging to his girlfriend's roommate. Beasley has not been arrested nor charged in the case, but the police department is gathering information. There you go, Charles. Let's break this down, Charles. I got you. So, girlfriend, whose side you on? Girlfriend. The girlfriend. She got to pick a side. That's. I mean, I don't know if the roommates are friends. The girlfriend, roommate. I don't know if they're your friends or there's just one of those situations where, hey, I saw an ad in Craigslist. You need a roommate. I'm just here. We have nothing in common. We don't talk to each other. We put our names on the food in the refrigerator. Here's the bills. Send me your half. Slide it underneath my door. My door's closed. Don't talk to me. Is it one of those arrangements, or are these girls friends? Because if they're friends, this is awkward. Yo, your boyfriend damn near killed my cat. So whose side you on, girlfriend? You on your boyfriend's side or you on your friend's side? Let's break it down, Charles. Huh? Hello? This thing on? KY Vol says, get the elephant out the room. Man. Charles says, we can discuss eggs. Easter eggs, or the eggs that Daytona feeds his dog? What kind of eggs we talking about here? Cliff says, oh my gosh. Cliff says, we are kidding, punter you. Not funny. Sad, to be honest. 90s Vol says, is Rohan Davies' mama still alive? Because someone needs to get that crazy case and to take that voodoo curse off of us. We did hurt him that much. Man. Always Vol says Tony's going to be fixing some gator bites this weekend, GBO, with some train emojis. I'm going to change the password to the text box so Ben don't see the train emojis. He don't like that. He don't want to see it.
I'm the conductor of the Tony Vitello hype train.
You didn't want slowing it down a little bit?
Y'all aren't on the Tony Vitello hype train. You all are on the Tony Vitello bandwagon because you all are front runners and bandwagoners. I don't even know that that's a word, but it is now.
Oh, I am.
We started from the bottom, and now we're here.
Actually, I'm not. I've always been a Tony Vitello fan. I just wasn't a big fan of the sport, but always a Tony V fan. So I've been here too, Ben. Scoot over. We both driving this train. You trying to hit the brake. I'm trying to hit the gas, though. Jeffrey Moore says, I jumped on the train and danced to my seat. You better get on, Ben. You better get on. Better get. This is what Jennifer Morris told you. Vol fan says Tennessee baseball team is gritty and just seems to find ways to win. They aren't the best team, but they have an attitude that is awesome and will allow them to continue to win games. Maybe they shouldn't.
That is the absolute best way to put it. That is spot on.
Can I finish?
No.
Let me finish the Vol fans. Great message. The team bat average isn't that high, but they wear teams down with their bats and just get to the bullpen quickly, which helps and is a part of the reason they have won all those extra ending games. So there you go, Ben. Is that spot on?
That is spot on. Perfect. To a T. Who said that? Vol fan?
I think that was you. I think you used your burner.
It was not me. My text box name is Mr. Told You So. Vol fan wins text boxer of the week. That is the best comment and most spot on comment we will receive.
I think you pull a Kevin Durant and use a burner. I think that's what you did.
I'll send a message right now and it'll pop up as Mr. Told You So.
Chip Payne says, sounding all old and stuff. Why does the NCAA always have to have the natty televised at 9 o'clock or later? They show no love for the people that live on the East Coast who have to go to work the next day. Can we have it on a Saturday night? No, I think it should be on Saturday night. Friday night or Saturday night. Or, a Sunday. Like this past Sunday where you don't have to go to work or school that Monday. So it's no problem to stay up late and watch the game. I watched the entire game, Chip. Did you watch the entire game, Chip? Or were you staring at the back of your eyelids in the second half? Brandon says, would love to see UT have a Baylor type of offense, but Barnes, going to have Kenny Chandler walking the ball up the court, running a set offense. He didn't have Jordan Bone doing that. Jordan Bone was flowing and going. But we talked about this a little bit before the show, Ben, is, man, a lot of one-on-one last night with those Baylor guards. And I don't want to make it sound like it's AAU and it's you know, it's selfish play and it's unorganized. Like, it's their offense. You have someone that's not as quick as you. You brought out Timmy from the paint, and he's on a guard. You got to give him the business.
Who?
Timmy. You got to give him the business. You got to take him off the dribble. You gotta make him dance a little bit.
Timmy.
Timmy. So yeah, I would love to see us play like Baylor, but we need to get Baylor type dudes. We got to get guards that can make guys make guys get to the paint, create their own shot, who are quick. And Vescovi ain't doing none of that, what we saw last night. He's going to make shots, but he's not doing any of those dribble drive moves that we saw. He's just not quick enough unless he has a great offseason. Great offseason. But I would love to see that type of pace that Baylor plays at. And defensively, we know that we're tough defensively. That's our identity. We've seen some games where we didn't have a great game here and there, but just the identity of the defense, it mimics Baylor for sure. But offensively, that's where we have to address those issues. Hour 2 will continue after these messages. Stay with the Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. There is no better restaurant in town to enjoy the madness of March with. Cheer on the Vols and the Lady Vols with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling because you'll know that you're in love.
At Hiller, we care about your family's comfort all year long. If you get caught without air conditioning this summer, we're offering a free service call with any repair. That's a free service call when we do the work on your HVAC system. Visit happyhiller.com to schedule your appointment today.
Call the happy face truck today.
We're here with Dr. Michael Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine to discuss stem cell treatment and PRP. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, Achilles tendonitis, or tennis elbow, you should give them a call.
That's right, Jason. We specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged tendons, ligaments, and joints by using ultrasound-guided injections with stem cells or PRP. And this form of treatment actually stimulates the body's own reparative process and allows for healing of the damaged tissue.
So, Doc, what makes your training different than others?
Well, Jason, I've been practicing in Knoxville for 26 years, and I'm certified in interventional regenerative orthopedic medicine through the American Academy of Orthopedic Medicine. So unlike the big seminars that will advertise stem cells, fly someone in for a couple hours to talk about supposed stem cells that you order off of a shelf, then they'll depart, leaving the patient wondering who will be the person injecting me and what their level of training is. At Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, I'm the one doing the procedure, and we're using your own bone marrow stem cells, or PRP. So in other words, it comes from you and it goes back to you. So you know exactly what you're getting and know exactly the level of training involved.
Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, trsportsmedicine.com. East Tennessee's leader in PRP and stem cell therapy.
Touchdown or turnover is backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Touchdown turnover back by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong. Better rates and better service. Get the NFL draft here in about 23 days, 11 hours, 27 minutes. Not that I'm counting down or anything and looking forward to it. With the first pick, Jacksonville Jaguars selects blank. With the second pick, the New York Jets select blank. And the third pick, acquired from Houston, Miami, the 49ers will pick blank. Touchdown turnover, the first three picks of the 2021 NFL Draft will be quarterbacks. Ben, top three picks will be quarterbacks. Touchdown turnover.
Touchdown. The Jaguars will take Trevor Lawrence. The Jets, who traded Sam Darnold last night for a 6th-round pick in this year's draft and a 2022 second-round and 4th-round pick, they will draft Zach Wilson from BYU.
You think so? Okay.
Yes. Even if it's not Zach Wilson, it'll be a quarterback. You're not trading Sam Darnold if you're not taking a quarterback number 2
Correct.
overall. So whether it's Zach Wilson or not, it'll still be a quarterback. So
Justin Fields.
Yeah, maybe Mac Jones.
His stock has dropped, though.
It has. There's been a lot of talk about, well, there's a big scuttlebutt between Dan Orlovsky and Kirk Herbstreit. Did you see this?
I saw a little bit on Twitter, but
well, I'll share that after I finish my touchdown or turnover. The Jets, again, taking a quarterback. And then I think the 49ers are going to end up taking the quarterback as well. There's a lot of buzz about the 49ers loving Mac Jones. And if you're the 49ers, you're already a playoff team, even with Jimmy Garoppolo. I think the 49ers are a playoff team. They have one of the best defenses in the league, if not the best defense. So it's not like they have to have a quarterback. So my point in saying that is they could have stayed where they were and drafted best overall player or addressed the need elsewhere on their team. To me, them trading up to number 3 says that they're going to take a quarterback. And then you kind of read the reports that the 49ers love Mac Jones. The 49ers sent John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan to Tuscaloosa for Mac Jones's pro day. And with Justin Fields, the 49ers sent the assistant GM and head of scouting. They did not send John Lynch or Kyle Shanahan. So I say touchdown. I think all 3 teams that are picking the first 3 picks of the draft, we'll take a quarterback. But the drama between Kirk Herbstreit and Dan Orlovsky, which is interesting because they both work for ESPN. Dan Orlovsky was on the Pat McAfee show, and Pat McAfee asked Dan Orlovsky, why is Justin Fields' stock dropping? And Orlovsky relayed to Pat what he had been hearing as to why his draft stock was falling in regards to Fields. He wasn't inflicting his opinion. He was sharing what he was hearing from NFL teams, and it was that NFL teams are questioning his work ethic and his ability to go through his progressions. So that is what Orlovsky stated as reasons as to why his stock is drafted. You had asked or mentioned that his stock is falling, and that is what people have told Dan Orlovsky. And then Kirk Herbstreit did not like what Orlovsky said and quote tweeted a video of Orlovsky explaining, like, hey, that's not my opinion. That's what I'm hearing. I think that the NFL teams are wrong in terms of his progressions. His first and second progression is just always open. But when he has had to go through a third, fourth, fifth progression, he has been able to get to those progressions. And Kirk Herbstreit was I was kind of shocked that Herbstreit went after Orlovsky like that, because I don't think Orlovsky was in the wrong, but Kirk Herbstreit essentially said that Orlovsky should not have shared that information, and it was ultra disrespectful, that he should have kept it to himself. And I was kind of surprised at the way Kirk Herbstreit went after him. I'm trying to pull up the exact.
Kurt every once in a while will snap
rip
on
somebody.
Yeah,
Yes.
every once in a while, man.
He put 3 laughing emojis and said, absolutely ridiculous. Even if you aren't saying it, to pass that along from people in the know is reckless and absurd, embarrassing.
Okay, Kurt.
How is – I don't understand how passing that information along when it's Orlovsky's job to do so is reckless and absurd.
Kurt is not here for –
I think this is Kirk. This is the first time I've ever thought this. I think this is Kirk's Ohio State coming out in him. I don't see what Orlovsky did wrong.
Taking up for Justin Fields. I think Justin Fields needs to fall all the way to 20. That's what I think should happen.
And this is interesting. Dwayne Haskins has kind of ruined things for Justin Fields, because Haskins did what Fields did at Ohio State in terms of the numbers in the regular season and whatnot. Then Haskins had like 50 touchdown passes and just lit up the world. And he goes to the NFL, and he's a complete bust to this point. So Haskins, being the previous Ohio State quarterback to have a ton of stock and be drafted in the first round, has him not working out has not done Justin Fields any favors, especially when you kind of hear some of the same criticisms.
That stinks, man. It stinks. There's going to be – and I say touchdown too. I think there will be 3 quarterbacks selected in the top 3, but it could be 4 quarterbacks selected in the top 4, because the Falcons are picking right at 4. Now the Cincinnati Bengals are at 5. That's easy, either a receiver or offensive lineman. That's an easy pick for the Bengals. Who they, Ben?
Bengals will still find a way to not take advantage of having Joe Burrow. It's the Bengals.
VFL 16 says, I don't know if Haskins did ruin it. The Washington football team seem interested if he falls at 15. I hope they don't take him. I guess VFL 16 is talking about Justin Fields. Haskins only played 1 season from Nebraska Vol. Vaughn Birmingham says, whoa, Zach Wilson over Justin Fields. Yeah, folks love Zach Wilson, man. They love Zach Wilson. And that throw he made at his pro day, which Justin Fields made the same throw, but Zach Wilson's been getting a lot of love. Got a little, he reminds me of Kyler Murray a little bit, just not as fast.
I can see that.
Yeah, he reminds me of Kyler Murray. Sandy Vol says, if she was the roommate or the girlfriend, Beasley would no longer be her boyfriend. I mean, that's hey. If I'm not trying to give people relationship advice, but I mean, if I see my boyfriend beating up a cat, I'm wondering like, yo, you're not gonna try to put your hands on me, are you? That would be a real red flag, but I'm not gonna get up in that right now. Ken says Tennessee football just makes me sick to my damn stomach. Every player, every coach, every administrator, everybody associated with that crap organization, they literally make me sick. But here's the thing, though, Ken. I understand the current frustration because I'm currently frustrated. I really am. I'm frustrated too. And I think we had someone either was on Twitter, Facebook, text box, YouTube, that was like ready to turn in their fan card. It was like, man, how do I continue to, be a fan with this stuff going on? And, Ken is he's pushing Sam without thinking. This is what Ken does sometimes, every once in a while, every blue moon. Every once in a while, but definitely doing it right now, Ken. Because Danny White, Josh Heupel, they just got here. They just got here. Even when the things were going on a couple months ago and the investigation was going on, and people were lumping the current administration with the previous administration and how poorly it's been ran for over a decade. But Randy Boyd and Chancellor Plowman, I was like, listen, this is their first opportunity. Now, Randy Boyd did a really good job of keeping Rick Barnes in place, but so far, they haven't done anything to warrant being lumped in with all the rest of the bad administrations that were, here at Tennessee. Plowman and Randy Boyd handled the Pruitt situation as well as you could have. Danny White just showed up. Now, you may not like his hire, but you do realize that Danny White swung for the fences. Was ready to back the Brinks truck up to Tony Elliott, offense coordinator at Clemson. Was ready to back it up James Franklin, Penn State. I mean, Tennessee was really close to having a minority coach. First black coach in Tennessee history. One of the first a few black coaches in the SEC. Really had a right there. Would have been a change than what we're used to here at Tennessee. Not saying that you got to have a black coach to be successful, but it would have been different. And who knows what would have happened, good or bad, you don't know. But would have made some history. So Danny White has I don't even know if he's unpacked yet. Heupel, I don't know if he's unpacked yet. So Josh Heupel hasn't done anything so far for Ken to feel that way. Danny White, I don't think has done anything unless you're mad at him for telling y'all to be positive and tweet your friend negativity. I mean, if you don't like the way he came off, that's cool, that's fine. It didn't bother me too much, but I understand if you didn't like how he came out and said it twice when you've been here through thick and thin for almost 2 decades and you've seen kind of what transpired with the program in a downward spiral. Like I get it if you didn't like some new dude coming here and telling you how to feel. I get it. Totally get it. But that's not a reason to be mad at Heupel or to feel that way about Heupel, Ken. Like, Heupel hasn't done anything yet. He's 0-0. He's done everything right from a PR standpoint, except for being on the Swain Event. That's where he's failing. You gotta get it together, Heupel. You gotta get it together, man. I should have told him that when I saw him, when I met. Come on, Heupel, when you gonna get on the show? I didn't even think about that. But no, Ken, I think we all just either have a feeling of apathy or just embarrassment.
Both.
With the latest from Aaron Beasley. I mean, this is worse than the 3 or 4 players that robbed a student, basically. I won't call it robbed. I mean, that's kind of what it is, though. That's kind of what happened. But anyways, this is worse. This is worse. I mean, we joke around. I was joking around a little bit about not talking about Tennessee football because it's so negative, and I would prefer to talk about the positive. But, man, like at some point, it's like, do you want to continue to talk about stuff that's just not going right now for Tennessee football? And there's no fault of Danny White and Heupel. That's why I keep saying I feel bad for Heupel. I really do. But there's some good positive things going on in Tennessee football. There's some guys that have stepped up and shown some leadership. You have a guy like Velus Jones that, man, wish we would have had him for 3 or 4 years, man. And he's adapting well. So that's my take on Ken's message there. Still love you, though, Ken. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Be right back.
To share my new Keller Williams Realty app so you can tour homes without leaving yours. Not only can you search for homes in specific areas and neighborhoods, you can also have access to real-time market snapshots on stats like average home price and days on market, plus commute times from your office, school zones, and much more. Download my app today and get the most accurate information on buying, selling, and investing in real estate in your area. Just search for the Keller Williams Realty app and click on More in the lower right-hand corner. Type in Jennifer Morris in the Your Agent search bar, then save and you're set. And as always, feel free to reach out at 865-257-7897 or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
More and more Tennessee businesses are switching to Iris Networks for reliable, local, high-quality, high-speed business fiber internet. Iris provides direct internet access from 10 megs to 10 gigs with no payments for 90 days. Iris also offers next-generation business phones with work-from-anywhere capability from the mobile or laptop app. With local sales, support, and service, Iris is a partner in the community. Learn more at irisnetworkusa.com or call 865-448-IRIS. Iris Networks, a Tennessee business connecting Tennessee businesses.
There are articles and news stories that you read about the things that people do. And when you're reading those and you start to shake your head, you start to scratch your head a little bit, you get confused. You don't understand why. You start to ask questions. But really, there's only one question that matters. What is that question, you may ask?
For what?
All right, it is time for what here on the Swain Event. We got to highlight some silliness here. I'm giving this for what to Paul Pierce. When he was playing, they called him the truth. He was the truth on the basketball court. On Friday, Paul Pierce decided to get on Instagram. Now, he was having a good time in his house. Really good time. Looks like he was enjoying some Mary Jane. That's his business, whatever. But he had some girls in the background. Barely had any clothes on. Looking like they were prepared to do something strange for a piece of change. Just observation. Paul Pierce is on Instagram, broadcasting live the show. And got himself fired by ESPN. Now, some folks have said they have mutually decided to part ways. Well, you don't mutually decide to part ways out of nowhere. There's a reason why you decide to mutually part ways, or even the idea came up. It's because Paul Pierce acting like he 18 years old on a recruiting visit or something. You're too old to be doing all this, Paul Pierce, on video. Notice I said on video. Big Orange Mac would appreciate that. You can do what you're doing. That's your business. You can do that. That's fine. But you too old to be trying to document this stuff on video, man. That's a young person's move right there. You don't need to document that. Have your good time and mind your business and let other people mind their business. You don't have to broadcast it. That's why I'm giving Paul Pierce an attaboy. What for what? Big Orange Mac might give him an attaboy, but I'm giving him a for what? And maybe he was trying to get fired from ESPN. And maybe it doesn't matter for him because he's already paid and rich and he probably wanted more time to hang out anyways. But I'm giving him a for what? Why broadcast that, man? Why broadcast? All right, let's get to the phones. Let's get to Turkey Man.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Hey, do you think that the linebacker core for us will come from the transfer portal?
The whole entire core? No, I don't think the whole entire core, but I think Tennessee will look into the portal. I mean, you have to.
Who is the starting linebackers then left?
For Tennessee, starting linebackers?
Yeah.
You're the starting linebacker.
That's what my question is. Will we get the ones that starts, the three linebackers that we'll have starting, will more likely come from the transfer portal in the fall, or you think it'll be a walk-ons, or will they be looking at the Little Giants linebacker and see if she's available?
Icebox.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, really.
Yeah, Icebox might be available, man. She might be too old now.
Man.
She's probably about 50 years old now. That movie was
Well,
made
maybe,
back
but
in
she
the day.
probably got some eligibility left. You know, we're at that point now, I think. But really and truly, you talked about basketball, and you got to be successful in basketball. We know that you got to be successful on offense. If you don't have a quarterback, we're going to see how that works. But on defense, you got to have linebackers to be successful.
Well, yeah, you got to really have players in each position to be successful.
The football team.
Yeah, football is a sport. You really can't be terrible at any position or you'll get exposed. So you got to be good at all of the 11 positions, and you got to be strong on special teams too. The punter and kicker.
Did Peterson ever make it on the field?
I don't know who that is.
Yeah. Well, I know that probably what was his name? Bates is boy. He has ability.
Dylan Bates.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Dylan Bates was necessarily too thrilled about playing football.
This is about as sad as I believe I've seen as far as one unit. I mean, we've talked about quarterback, but we're talking about one player that's been pretty sad there for a long time. And I'm talking about defensive backs. We usually had pretty good defensive backs. You gotta have defensive ends. And,
yeah.
But that linebacker, especially at Mike and linebacker, covers the slants and runs, and the quarterback of the defense, you got to have. And I just wondered if Icebox was available or not. Yeah, guys, I'll get out of here. Anybody seen Andy?
Nope. Have not. Yeah, this linebacker group is as thin as, Ben and my hairline. It's thin. It's very, very thin. Ben, what were you going to say?
First off, my hairline is not the problem. I don't know when you and Brad are going to let that sink into your big old fat head. Hairline, not the problem. It's everything behind the hairline that is the problem.
There is a line. It's
I have a great hairline. My hairline is not the problem. It's the hair behind the hairline that is the problem.
But there's a line. It's like a football helmet stripe. It goes back. So technically, it's a line. It's just thick. It goes like this.
But this is not my hairline, though. This right here is my hairline.
I know. But you have a new hairline.
This is
it
not.
It goes this way.
It's
like a T.
That's fair.
You have a power T hairline.
No, it's a racing stripe.
You got a power T hairline. It's upside down. It's like the power T that Vanderbilt has in their locker room. It's an upside down T. So you got the hairline that goes from the back to the front, like a football helmet stripe, and then you got the one that goes across. It's like upside down T.
I still look better than all y'all. I was going to say that the good news is that the opener is in September, and Jeremy Banks will be a starter. Aaron Willis, Martavius French, in my opinion, will no longer be suspended by that point. Yes, there'll be freshmen who did not get to go through spring because of their selfish actions, but they'll at least be bodies that can be on the field.
Morvan Joseph is behaving and getting better.
Morvan Joseph is at inside linebacker. Roman Harrison was working at inside linebacker until he got banged up, and he'll be good to go. And they'll add a linebacker from the transfer portal, in my opinion. So right now it looks worse than what it will actually be in the fall. Not saying that they'll be in a great situation in the fall, but right now it looks infinitely worse than what it actually is.
For sure. I agree with you. 100%. Icebox. Turkey man, you ain't got no sense. Who's next?
Daytona.
Daytona, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Man, we are wonderful, man. Hope you are too.
Doing well. Just in the bank line, waiting for the bank to open up. So I watched the game last night, and, I figured it would be a better game than what it was. But, man, did Baylor just come out to play?
Yeah. I mean, it was a good game if you're counting a clinic by one team versus another. But if you're counting on, the dramatic finish and the closeness of the game, you got that in the semifinals with UCLA and Gonzaga, and the long distance shot from Suggs to win the game. But no, the national championship game, it seemed like it was over in the first 5 minutes because Gonzaga didn't cut it. I don't think anything less than 8 or 9. Baylor dominated the whole game.
Yeah, I thought they were going to make a push, but I'm going to tell you something about that game. At number 45 for Baylor.
Yeah, Davion Mitchell.
Mitchell. That dude's a stud.
He
is a stud. Man, he embarrassed you off the dribble. Goodness gracious.
And defensively, he'll lock you down too.
Wow. But you know what? You know one thing I noticed, and this is what Tennessee needs to do? They sub in a lot of players.
Yes.
And you know what? You didn't see I didn't see much of a drop-off at all. It didn't matter who they brought in.
Nope. Didn't matter if it was Flagler. Didn't matter who it was, man. They brought in some guys that can get rebounds if they're a post player that was tough around the basket, or they can shoot and create their own shot off the dribble if they were a guard or a perimeter player. They
But
deep,
at 45, was he a guard?
Yeah, yep. Point.
Man, he's a point. He is a solid-bodied point.
He is. What's that zipping noise in the background, Daytona? What is Daytona zipping up or unzipping in the background, Ben?
Don't want to know.
I don't think I want to know either. Is he unzipping in the bank line? They're not gonna give you a loan if you unzip stuff, Daytona. You gotta have real credit. You can't be trying to get credit other ways. 865-255-03. Maybe Daytona's trying to start a new business, man.
Sounds like he was hanging out with Paul Pierce.
Maybe. 865-255-03. Hour 3 coming up.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Top 100 Barbecue Restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. There is no better restaurant in town to enjoy the madness of March with. Cheer on the Vols and the Lady Vols with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
Guys, your health right now is more important than ever. I recommend Low T Center. That's where I get my levels checked. It all starts with the annual wellness exam where they do a comprehensive health assessment exclusively for men, making it quick and easy to take care of your health. And now they offer monitored self-inject at-home testosterone treatment. Most insurance is accepted. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment and make your health a priority. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
It's a new season, which means it's time to rep your team in new ways with gear from Game Time Sidekicks. Rep the Vols with every sip with a new tie-dye tumbler or bottle. They also have a new NFL Players Association product line, so you can support your favorite VFL on Sundays. Want to put your own flair on a tumbler? Game Time Sidekicks has you covered with options to add your own text or even a monogram on the back of your favorite team tumbler. To check out everything that Game Time Sidekicks has to offer, go to GameTimeSidekicks.com. Carry your team with Game Time Sidekicks.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Let's go back to the phones and start hour number 3. Irish Networks hotline. 90 days, no payment for business internet. IrishNetworksUSA.com for more details. Business owners, if you want to save money on your fiber internet and voice and get great service, quality customer service, you can do that with a Tennessee business that works with Tennessee businesses. That is IrishNetworksUSA.com. D.R. good morning.
Good morning, guys.
What's up?
Who do you think has better social media videos, Ray UGA or Paul Pierce?
Paul Pierce.
I have no comment.
I don't know, man. You know, I was sent the video of Ray UGA last night by a former member of RTI, and I literally laughed out loud while a kid's up the bat. I guess people thought I was laughing at the little kid, but
I didn't know you and Nathaniel were close like that.
Who's that?
Nathaniel Rutherford. I didn't know you two were close like that to where he sends you videos. You said a former member of RTI.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have specified. The former member of RTI that's an Auburn fan, not Tennessee fan.
Nathaniel's a Vanderbilt fan, not an Auburn fan.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. I just wonder if Big Orange Mac, if he's got a Paul Pierce Celtics jersey or a Paul Pierce Nets jersey on after that video.
Bofa.
What's sad is when I'm watching that. The funniest thing, the comment on that was when he's live, and I don't know if it's somebody that knew him or what, said, "Hey, Paul, how's your wife and kids doing?"
There's also Rachel Nichols was brought up as well.
Where's Rachel Nichols? I saw that comment. The host of the NBA. What's the name of it? The NBA show. I forgot the name of it.
The Jump or something.
The Jump. Yeah, man. I love the Jump, man. She does a great job.
You love the Jump, but you can't think of the name of the show.
Yeah, the brain fart. Ben,
yo,
you sent DR all that video. You sent me that video.
I sent a lot of people that video. I sent it to Volstorm too.
And when I got it, I was rolling my eyes like, "Oh my gosh! I told you, stop sending me these videos, man. I don't care. I don't care about Ray UGA or Andy's videos. They're so annoying. Oh."
Yeah, but that one last night, you got to admit, Swain, that was classic.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
I can't stop just talking about it, making me giggle.
Ray UGA tweeted 12 hours ago, Aaron Beasley does not rise. Rise above animal abuse is what Ray UGA was tweeting last night.
Speaking of Aaron Beasley, so yesterday we established that Caden Salter's favorite player is Antonio Brown. Is Aaron Beasley's Michael Vick?
Salter is going to be just fine, and Aaron Beasley,
needs help.
Aaron Beasley. Here's the thing, though. You might have had a parent be involved or be very upset about what happened with Salter and company. Willis and French. With Aaron Beasley, you're gonna have thousands, if not millions, of people. Millions of people upset. And Danny White's going to get more flack, more outside pressure with this Aaron Beasley story than I think with anything that he's ever been a part of as an AD. I really believe that because this thing hit TMZ, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this thing hit TMZ. So you're going to get the animal activists, people out, and they'll be probably wanting Aaron Beasley to be dismissed. And I don't know if it's I see on one hand how it is a reason to dismiss him, but it is also a reason to use this as a teaching moment too. What I've learned, man, different folks, man, they live in different worlds when it comes to animals. Right? I mean, like some folks grew up around dog fighting, chicken fighting, and not caring about animals. And some other folks, man, they would prefer animals over humans. Kissing a dog in the mouth and dressing the dog up. And I mean, they value animals more than humans. And so what Aaron Beasley did was 1,000% wrong. But do you just throw someone away one mistake? And now if it's a bad mistake, yeah, I mean, I've seen a player be dismissed for shooting a gun up in the air and he's never got in trouble. But that one time, that was it. You just can't do that. Is this bad enough for Aaron Beasley to be dismissed and he hasn't had any other issues? Some people will say yes. Some people will say no. I'm really torn, to be honest. I just know there's going to be some outside pressure on Danny White, and how will he handle it?
I feel for Danny and Heupel, man. You know they're going to be thinking, why did we leave Central Florida?
You know why they left?
Oh, yeah. And
they went where the money reside.
Yeah. and they're probably looking at it and crying, thinking, "Or is this for the money? This is for the money." It never seems to end. Like, they can't control this, obviously. You know, I know Ken from the text box, he wants to pile on them, but the embarrassment never ends, man. We just find a new low and we keep digging, it seems.
Are you going against people who are negative towards the football program right now?
No.
You of all people?
Yeah, me of all people. I'm talking about piling on with Heupel and Danny White. I mean, they walked into a fire. They didn't have to be here. It just sucked. So like that hits with TMZ yesterday, and then that story about what was that kid's name from last year that got shot? He didn't shoot himself. He did shoot himself.
Yeah,
and then
Brand Davis, which I don't really understand why it's a story now. But hey, man, I'm not a journalist.
Because a teammate shot a teammate.
I don't know that, but it happened a year ago.
But it's in the headlines.
I know it's in the headlines. I don't understand like.
The initial story is the one that was kind of like, why are you writing that now?
Like now, it happened last year. The player's not even on the team anymore. Now the suspect is, but like I don't see the reason of posting the article, to be honest. But whatever. So you have that. And Pruitt just handled it so bad. Like, how did that young man not be dismissed the moment he knew what happened? Like a gun went off in a club on the Strip, and nothing happened to that player. And you wonder why the team play like poo in the second half against Arkansas, and play like poo in certain moments of the game where it looked like we didn't have any discipline, looked like we didn't have any fire, any desire. You wonder.
I just know that this 30 for 30 is going to be lit, guys, and I'm here for it. Before I go, Ben, is it an initiation thing at the new place you're working for you to get into it with Sab, and how soon will you be telling him to quit stealing your content?
Sab and I are friends. Thank you very much. He told me over the weekend that he appreciated my baseball coverage, so he and I are friends. Thank you very much.
For now.
For always.
All right, may have to delete you from my phone, Ben. Y'all have a good day.
See ya.
Good, then you'll stop texting me 24/7.
90s Vol says, I may be in the minority here, but does it seem like people are blowing this cat thing way out of proportion? He shouldn't have done it, and he needs to see consequences, but losing a scholarship? People acting like he committed murder. Get a grip. The cat's fine, by the way. Well, I mean, almost killed the cat.
Yeah, this was Swain's point that he was making yesterday, is that there are people who, I don't think it's intentional, but they value an animal's life as much as a human's life.
More
than a human's life. And I am one who obviously values an animal's life. I have a dog, and if somebody kicked my dog like that, I'd be in jail right now. Swain would have to come bail me out. We'd have to start a GoFundMe to raise some bail money for me. But there are people who value an animal's life more than a human's life. So I think that's why you see the reaction, because although he almost killed a cat, it's the fact that he almost killed the cat that has people irate.
Yeah. So
and like I don't blame those people, quite honestly.
Like 90s Vol, I understand what you're saying. You just have a different opinion of maybe a cat or animal than maybe someone else. But almost beating an animal nearly to death. Whoo. I just don't know how Danny White is going to handle the mob when they do come out. Maybe they don't come out. Maybe he doesn't have to deal with that. But I think Aaron Beasley needs some help, the same way that Michael Vick went through and got some education on animal cruelty and all those things. I think that needs to happen for sure. we have the resources to help a young man. I think we need to do that. All right, we'll make it a VolQuest event next segment because it looks like I'm going to be outmanned because now Ben is with VolQuest. Austin Price is VolQuest. So y'all watch him, man. They're gonna try to team up on me. Y'all watch him. Don't let them take over the show, guys. Don't let them do it. Don't let them make it VolQuest hour. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. There is no better restaurant in town to enjoy the madness of March with. Cheer on the Vols and the Lady Vols with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
Guys, your health right now is more important than ever. I recommend Low T Center. That's where I get my levels checked. It all starts with the annual wellness exam where they do a comprehensive health assessment exclusively for men, making it quick and easy to take care of your health. And now they offer monitored self-inject at-home testosterone treatment. Most insurance is accepted. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment and make your health a priority. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
It's a new season, which means it's time to rep your team in new ways with gear from Game Time Sidekicks. Rep the Vols with every sip with a new tie-dye tumbler or bottle. They also have a new NFL Players Association product line, so you can support your favorite VFL on Sundays. Want to put your own flair on a tumbler? Game Time Sidekicks has you covered with options to add your own text or even a monogram on the back of your favorite team tumbler. To check out everything that Game Time Sidekicks has to offer, go to GameTimeSidekicks.com. Carry your team with Game Time Sidekicks.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. We are joined now by Austin Price of VolQuest.com. We're also joined by Ben McKee of VolQuest.com. I'll tell y'all right now, I'm going to lay down the rules right now at the beginning of this interview. Y'all will not be double teaming on me. It's still called the Swain Event, not the VolQuest event. Austin Price and Ben, do y'all hear me? Good morning, Austin.
I don't even know what to say. Swain, we're just, Ben and I are just blessed to be in your presence on any day.
I think this was a move to try to take over the Swain Event. I think you guys hired Ben to VolQuest to be able to take over the Swain Event and make it the VolQuest event. I think that's what y'all trying to do over there.
No, I'm trying to stay out of the hourly phone calls and questions business. I do that enough on the general's quarters. So we're I think that we have worked out though that if Ben is having to miss due to VolQuest obligations, that your new co-host will be your friend Andy.
Wrong. Wrong. 1,000%. Hey, Austin, I hope you're ready for that smoke. Andy about to send your way. You mentioned his name.
Andy's not going to be sending any smoke. Ray UGA instigated Andy, and Andy's Twitter account is currently suspended.
He'll make another one. He'll be back.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
He'll be back.
That was the video last week.
There's been many videos.
It's hard to keep up, man. It's hard to keep up with the videos.
Oh, man.
Hard to keep up. I'll let Ben keep up with him, though. He likes to keep up with him and send him to his friends. But speaking of suspension, Austin, do you anticipate that Danny White's going to have to deal with some outside pressure and how he handles him and Hypo, how they handle the Aaron Beasley suspension?
Oh yeah, I mean, listen, again, I said this on our podcast. There have been college kids that got in fights before and got in trouble. There have been college kids that, got in trouble for drugs or alcohol and got in trouble. What he's allegedly being accused of, and again, until this point, he's innocent until proven guilty. He's, obviously indefinitely suspended, for the stuff that he's been alleged of. But I mean, that just takes it to a whole different level. Like, just when you think you've seen it all, nah. I mean, one of the most bizarre stories, and you can bet PETA will be involved. I mean, that's just going to happen. I mean, like, they look to latch on to things like this, and and if he did that to the animal, then something's amiss with him. I mean, like, again, that's ridiculous. So but again, I caution everybody until all the facts come out. I mean, don't condemn the kid. Like, this is a wait and see. Tennessee's taking a wait and see approach. That's why he's no longer around the football team until all the facts come out. So, this is a bizarre situation, to say the least.
Yeah, just when you thought you heard it all, it's been crazy. Here's the thing, though, about the reality of a football program. You've had a couple incidents in the last couple months, right? You had the 3 or 4 players that recently got in trouble, including quarterback, linebacker, young guys. They're suspended. That happened. During the season, you had Kayvon Bennett and his situation, right? And then now Aaron Beasley. The truth is 95 to 98% of your football team, they're doing everything right. They're going to class, they're getting good grades, they're abiding by the law. They're walking old ladies across the street, busy highways and busy streets. Like, they're doing it, opening doors up for the ladies around campus. Like, they're doing the right things, most of them. But then when you have something like this and you have 2 in a stretch of 3 or 4 weeks, it paints like a different picture that's not necessarily realistic. So, Austin, there are guys doing the right thing. Most of them are doing the right thing.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. And sadly, as far as the original 4 that got in trouble, I mean, 3 of them were midtermers. So, I mean, technically they should still be in their final semester of high school, and one of which was not 18 yet and is now turned 18. The other one was wrapping up his freshman year. So basically, at the oldest that you could have had was a 19-year-old. The rest of them were 18 or 17. Again, we we all make dumb decisions when we're younger. So, not that condones what any of those kids, were involved with or allegedly involved with. It doesn't. But at the same time, it's kind of like, when you talked about Caden Salter, I mean, like, with what all he went through with his dad, who knows where he's at mentally? And, it's just one of those situations where, it's not a great look on anybody. It obviously is not a great look for the program, especially right now where Tennessee's trying to dig themselves out of this hole and really kind of find some footing as a program. So, the best thing that can happen is, everybody get through their issues, get back to the weight room, get back to the practice field, and just continue to go to work. Because, you're right. Most of these kids are putting in the time, the effort, to kind of turn this thing around. And we'll see if the rest of these guys can join at some point.
Got a couple linebackers suspended, but you have a couple banged up. Roman Harrison and Jeremy Banks, man, any updates on kind of, when those guys are expected to join the team and be out there at practice, or are they holding these guys back to be very, very careful so they don't wind up hurting themselves more and being out longer?
Well, I don't think there'll be full contact at any point during spring practice, Jason. I think you'll see them do some stuff over the course of spring, whether it be just some individual work or work on the side. But as far as 11-on-11 stuff, I don't think you're going to see that. That's the thing is, like, obviously you'd love to have them, but you'd much rather have them for fall because they are way thin at that position.
Mm-hmm.
And, you'd rather just try to meander your way through spring, understand you're not very good at that position, understand you're very thin at that position, and, kind of work your way up to fall camp. So, for those two kids, I think it's about being healthy at the right time, more so than it is about being healthy right now.
What about the other two that are suspended? Do you anticipate those two being back at some point by the end of spring practice?
Which two are you talking about? Martavis French?
Yes, and Willis, the other two inside linebackers that are unavailable.
We're talking about Willis.
I think all those kids are going to have to go before student conduct. I think there's a chance that they're all back before spring ends. But more than anything, I think that you'll definitely see them back for fall camp. Again, they made a poor choice, and they're having to deal with the consequences of it. But it seems like there's some light on at the other end of the tunnel at this point.
And then just kind of a byproduct of the depth issues at inside linebacker, do you think that will put a sense of urgency on maybe moving a guy to the linebacker position? I know the coaches have all been in unison about communicating that they want to kind of see what the players do at their current position, but with the lack of depth, do you think that just switching somebody to inside linebacker, the recent developments could expedite that process?
Well, I think that, I think their heart's in the right place about wanting to leave kids where they want to play and where they left off last season. But you're right. At some point, do you as a coaching staff or do the players or player, come to you and say, okay, hey, for the betterment of the team and for the betterment of my career, it might behoove me to move positions. The problem is right now with the current, status of the program, you're already down several scholarships. You run the risk of, losing kids if you move them around, because right now more than ever, kids feel like, I'm playing what I want to play, and, no coach is going to tell me what to play. If he tells me what to play, I'll just leave, because everybody, the knee-jerk reaction is when things aren't perfect, and most of the time when you're asked to move positions, things aren't perfect, is let's get in the portal. So, I think, to me, it all depends on how the kid's going to handle it. And I think all college coaches, not just Tennessee's, are very cognizant of that right now, because, it is a weird time in college football because kids, one, are empowered, but two, have an out for the first time. Now the question is, do they eventually? I mean, I know you've passed the measures, but they've not officially passed the one-time transfer. So, like, if it were to get tabled again, then, like, all of a sudden, you see all these kids that have left Tennessee, all those kids at Oklahoma, they're in a much tougher spot. So, can the NCAA and everybody get that across the finish line for the one-time transfer? That's something I'm really interested to see how all that plays out.
Austin Price, VolQuest.com here. His time is brought to you by Jennifer Morris with Keller Williams Realty. I got a very important question, probably a more important question than any question that has been asked so far in this interview. Since Ben McKee is now part of VolQuest.com, what is going to be the initiation process? So when I was a freshman, we had to be dunked into a very, very cold ice tub while being slapped on the butt by wet slippers on our way to the cold tub. What is Ben going to have to do, Austin, to earn his way and be looked upon as one of you all at VolQuest?
He doesn't get his harassment and hazing from anybody at VolQuest. He just gets from the general's quarters,
Just good enough.
who've already taken him to task. That group's all the hazing you'll ever need in life.
What did you do? You just got there.
Well, it was what I had not done yet, and that was I did not have an avatar. But Austin helped me correct that and win back over the general's quarters.
I've been holding our good friend Jesse Simonton. God love him. We all know he grew up in the heart of Georgia, and he's a Georgia fan. And he in the last 6 or 8 months, at some point on his Instagram, there was a picture of him in a Georgia sweater, and it was like on the Instagram story. So it was going to be something that disappeared, like, over a 24-hour period. It wouldn't stay there. And so I screenshotted it, and I've held it. And, I said, here, Ben, you use this. And Ben's like, well, Jesse get mad? I said, Jesse doesn't get mad. I mean, he's had people on our site tell him to drink bleach before, and he gets unaffected by any of that stuff. I mean, he just,
I thought he was a Gator. I thought he was a Gator fan.
No. He is a Georgia fan who moved to Gainesville when he was, 10, 12 years old, went to Florida, but he's not a Florida fan.
So he went to Florida.
And he's a Georgia fan.
Golly.
That's why
they call him the Gator Dog.
Gator Dog. Wow.
So that is my initiation process is simply having to interact on the general's quarters.
I mean, well, you'll be going through initiation your whole entire time because that's what AP does.
Yes, AP is still going through it. Brent Hubbs, the GOAT, still going through it.
Yeah, I know, man. Who has the lead at the quarterback position right now, Austin?
I think it's way too early to tell. I think there's still a good chance they, look at bringing a quarterback in after spring practice if things don't, if things aren't perfect at that position. So, right now I think it's still totally wide open, Jason.
What about Brian Maurer? Everybody's talking about maybe him taking advantage of this new lease on football life. Do you think that he has matured? I know it's kind of been a short time period since Pruitt left and whatnot, but we haven't really seen the tweets or the Instagram stories of late. Do you think that he's on the verge of truly turning a corner in that regard?
Oh, well, the proof will be in the pudding. I will be interested to kind of see how, the rest of spring goes for him, Ben. I really think that this is something where, he's always flashed. He flashed with the last staff, but, can, he be consistent enough? Can he not, put the offense in harm's way? I think all that will determine whether he plays more than just, a little bit of flash in practice.
Austin Price, VolQuest.com here. Anything of note to mention As far as recruiting for the 2022 class, Austin, I'm here on VolQuest.com, and of course Tennessee basketball had a huge pickup with Justin Powell transferring from Auburn. But as far as football, with the high school recruits, what's the latest there?
Well, they're just trying to get somebody across the finish line. I mean, there's still yet to be a first commitment of the Josh Heupel era. It's, and part of that is, the fact that, Tennessee's just kind of in limbo as a program. I mean, two things, are killing Tennessee right now. One's the dead period. So not being able to have kids come to campus and feel you, see you, interact with you, see what you're all about. There's only so much you can do on Zoom. And then the other thing is just the uncertainty over the investigation. I mean, Danny White, Josh Heupel, Tennessee, as a football program can't accurately tell prospects it's a 1-year ban, it's a 2-year ban, it's a 60-year ban, which, I mean, it's not, it's not, definitely not the latter. But, I mean, like, I think that, programs that are recruiting against Tennessee right now are very much using that to their advantage. I mean, I've talked to several prospects who hear from programs and are, and kids don't know what to believe. I mean, they talk to, Tennessee, and Tennessee obviously tries to be upfront and honest with them, but also give them what they, they are hoping is the case. And then, they talk to these other programs and they're telling them 3-year bowl ban, 4-year bowl ban. Nobody gets a 3 or 4-year bowl ban. I mean, that would be the equivalent of the death penalty, which is what SMU got back in the 80s. So, I just go back to the fact that, like, kids and parents, they don't know, and so they're having to take a wait-and-see approach, which is why Tennessee is, being talked about in recruiting. They have, a little bit of traction, but they can't get full traction until, either somebody pulls the trigger and starts a domino, which could potentially be next Friday. Keaton and Destin Wade, they're the twins from Summit. Continue to think Tennessee trends really well there, and I think Tennessee trends for a couple of guys. But at the same time, until Tennessee can get some momentum, some traction in recruiting, it's hard to see them really, start to snowball in that area.
Do you think maybe it's best if Tennessee is like, all right, man, here's our sanctions. We're going to self-impose now earlier than later, so that way teams won't be able to just make up penalties and Tennessee not really be able to defend themselves. I mean, a school can say anything, and Tennessee can't deny it 100% with certainty. Do you think that maybe it's best that Tennessee just come on out and say, all right, this is what our penalty is going to be?
Well, I don't think you want to do that either. It's what I'm saying. Like, you're just stuck. I mean, you're rock and hard place. That's where Tennessee's football program is right now. If you come out and you take a bowl ban, then kids can leave without penalty. Remember when Ole Miss, went into their bowl ban, and you saw the quarterback left and went to Michigan, and it's a slippery slope, and so Tennessee right now is just trying to figure out the best way to navigate it, and I do think if they can figure out how to get a couple of the in-state players in the boat, then that definitely helps them gain a little more traction.
Austin Price, VolQuest.com. Austin, let's obviously there's different faces in the building. There's a new AD, there's a new head coach. Staff is 95% new. Got some guys that were held over. What are some of the differences that you are seeing, even if it's small, things that you have noticed from the previous staff to this staff?
Well, I'm changing philosophy. I think that this current staff is right now just really trying to build up the confidence. It's walk before we can run. And understand that this is a process and that this could take a while. And I think that's the way you have to approach it. I mean, like at some point, and I said this back when even before before any of the investigation stuff happened with Coach Pruitt, like as a program, Tennessee, even if they have a down year, you got to understand that this, there's a slow build. Like there's no quick fix. There's no pixie dust, to put it in the Disney frame for myself. There's no pixie dust to just sprinkle on it and go, we're better. We're going to Atlanta. There's nothing to that. So, I think it's just understand that, that it's a slow build. I think this coaching staff understands that it's going to be a slow build. Now, does that mean that, they're going to only win 4 games this year? No, I don't think that. But I'm just saying, like, that it's not going to just look like, poof, and you're good. And, you may take one step forward and then one step back, but then you'll be able to take another 2 steps forward. I think that's the one thing they've realized since they've gotten here. And then 2, I think that the really conscious effort to make this state a priority and really work this state from top to bottom, and not only the 22s, but they are all over the 23s and the recruiting office. I thought the last staff's recruiting office, it was just too young. I thought Drew Hughes, Danny Stiff, those 2 guys did really good work. Then J.T. Hill came in. But besides the kind of the top 2, it was just a bunch of kids. Whereas, like, with this staff, your number 4, number 5 person has significant real-world experience in a recruiting office. Like a guy like Trey Johnson, he has run his own shop at Liberty and been a major player at USC. So, I think that's maybe the biggest difference between the last staff and this staff is maybe just not that the last staff didn't have quality people, because I think they did, and I just think that there's more depth there on your staff, especially at the support staff level.
One thing I noticed, Austin, on Saturday, I did not mention on the show, 2 Saturdays ago. One thing I mentioned is, like, when I was talking to Heupel, like, he was taking notes, and I noticed Trey Johnson. I didn't officially meet him, but I noticed that he was observing practice and just taking a bunch of notes. And, like, I caught that. Looks like these guys are attention to detail and, create notes for themselves to be able to go back and reference, whether it's, hey, man, here's a piece of advice, or this is what we did, or this is what I noticed. And, you have an idea, you jot it down, boom, you can go back and revisit it. And then, with Trey Johnson, I have no clue what he was writing down, but, like, he had a bunch of notes just watching practice. And so it just seems to me that this staff is very attention to detail. And at this point, man, you really can't overlook anything because you're really building everything from scratch. So I did notice that.
Yeah, again, I think it's just a matter of, learning the new environment you're in and understanding, the key players you got to know, understanding, little things, just understanding things about Knoxville, understanding traditions at Tennessee, understanding, history. I get most coaches come here and they understand who Peyton Manning is. They understand the national brand that is Tennessee football, but, like, do you understand all the little things and the people behind the scenes, the Max Parrots, the Hawks, the Roger Frazier, Carmen Tagano, all those people that you meet over there on campus, Barry Rice, Link Hudson, do you understand those things? And I think that this staff, and not that the last staff didn't, because I think, Coach Pruitt and them knew who all those people were. But, like, I think that when you get into a new situation, anytime there's a new staff that comes in, they're smart to take notes and start to learn and figure things out.
Yeah. Good stuff as always, AP. A little different feel today, man, since Ben McKee is a part of the team. So congratulations to Ben, man. You did a good job. You kept him out of the transfer portal. He didn't even go into the portal. Straight to VolQuest.
It was not tampering.
It was not. I was surprised you didn't make a commitment video for him.
If we'd thought about it, we would have.
Have him in front of Neyland Stadium. Committing to VolQuest. After much consideration, I'm going to the University of VolQuest University. Like the one player that said, University of LSU. That would have been great.
You good?
No, I'm not good, man. I feel like a 65-year-old dude who's been smoking cigarettes for the last 40 years. About to cough. Oh, man. All right, AP. Good stuff as always, man. Enjoy your football coverage.
We'll do it. You have a good day there, Swisher Sweet.
All right, see you, man. I'm talking baseball, baby. Baseball. Number 4 in the country. I don't care what Ben says. We number 4. 4th best team in the country. 4 publications said so. Big thanks to Austin Price, VolQuest.com. His time was brought to you by Jennifer Morris, Keller Williams Realty. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. If you have questions about real estate, you have concerns about real estate, you're thinking about selling your home, you're thinking about buying a new home, whatever you have going on that has something to do with real estate, let Jennifer Morris guide you. Let her help you. Let her coach you. Make it really easy for you buying a home or selling a home. Jennifer Morris, plenty of experience, has a heart of gold, love helping people, and she's a Tennessee baseball fan from day one. She was on the Tony Vitello train day one. 865-257-7897 is her telephone number with Keller Williams Realty. Again, Jennifer Morris, 865-257-7897. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
Good morning, Swain Event family. As you already know, I'm your go-to realtor when you are considering buying, selling, or investing in East Tennessee real estate. But did you know I can help all of you listeners in other parts of the country? No matter where you're listening from, there's a good chance I have several Keller Williams real estate partners in your area. I've developed relationships with realtors I know I can trust to help you with your needs. So give me a call, Jennifer Morris, Keller Williams Realty, 865-257-7897, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
More and more Tennessee businesses are switching to Iris Networks for reliable, local, high-quality, high-speed business fiber internet. Iris provides direct internet access from 10 megs to 10 gigs with no payments for 90 days. Iris also offers next-generation business phones with work-from-anywhere capability from the mobile or laptop app. With local sales, support, and service, Iris is a partner in the community. Learn more at irisnetworkusa.com or call 865-448-IRIS. Iris Networks, a Tennessee business connecting Tennessee businesses.
Home service problems occur, even at the most inconvenient times, like during a health crisis. And Tiller is always here to help you 24/7. As people are social distancing and staying at home on workdays, it's an easier time to take care of home maintenance items that you feel are necessary. And we've put new safety precautions in place, like wearing gloves, avoiding physical contact, new sanitation protocols, and limiting time in your home. We're here for you.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Hour 3, powered by Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Self-inject at-home testosterone treatments. Only $135 a month for self-pay or covered by most health insurance. Gentlemen, if you are seeing signs of grumpiness, feeling tired, lack of motivation, drive, notice a weight gain, or loss in muscle mass, these can all be signs of low testosterone levels, low thyroid, or even sleep apnea. So lowtcenter.com, men, make an appointment. Several locations in Tennessee, Knoxville, right there in Farragut, 2 in Nashville, Tri-Cities, Chattanooga, lowtcenter.com. All right, let's get to C-Mac on the Irish Networks hotline. C-Mac, good morning.
Good morning, Andy Man.
Who?
I sincerely hope that brings Old Boy back. Okay, so with that said, just a couple of statements real quick this morning. Turkey Man helped me realize something. First thing, Colton Jumper is not walking through those doors at UT.
Jump man.
That's a damn shame.
I know. I love Colt Jumper right now.
I finally appreciate that kid's career. Swain, who truly risked it all this past year? Paul Pierce or Earl Thomas?
Paul Pierce.
I'm trying to think what happened with Earl.
Come on now, Swain.
Yeah. Earl Thomas.
Earl Thomas. I thought so too.
Earl Thomas. Yeah, it's Earl Thomas.
Easily Earl Thomas.
It ain't even close. It's Earl Thomas.
It's
but didn't technically both Paul and Earl risk it all? They just went about it different ways.
I mean, yeah, they both risking it.
Yeah,
but Earl's wife like about to cut him or shoot him or one of the two.
That's true.
Had the gun to his head.
Yeah. So yeah,
You're right.
Yeah, Earl so far. I don't know what Paul Pierce's wife is gonna say. I didn't even know he was married.
I didn't know that neither. I didn't know that man had kids. I mean, it is what it is. Lastly, I wanted to take the time today, this morning, before it really goes official, to thank all of the city of Atlanta and all y'all Braves fans down there for making my summer 2021 absolutely fantastic. Okay? I'm not sure if y'all heard, but the Midsummer Classic is coming to Denver, given the situation down there in Atlanta, and your boy couldn't be more happier. I only want to ask one thing. Who's going to come out and visit? Who's going to come out and catch this derby?
I don't know, man.
Let me know.
What's the weather like out there, man? Because this is a funky time of the year where it's like 30 degrees one day and 60 the next day. What's going on in Denver?
The great thing about July is, it's just it's that dry heat. So you're gonna get a lot of sun, but you ain't gonna get no humidity. So you ain't gonna be sweating.
Okay.
Does that make any sense?
No, yeah, it makes
like
sense.
you would be back home.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense.
I have something to do that weekend.
Excuse me?
I have something to do that weekend, so I won't be able to make it out to visit you.
Well, I hope that's something to do with family related, McKee.
Yeah, it is. It is.
See, man, let me just tell you, man, you live too damn far, man. Just be inviting folks to come hang out with you. You live in Denver, man. You live in Denver, man. You don't live in like Chattanooga, Nashville. You live in Denver. You live in Denver, Colorado. It's like a different time zone.
I mean, it's two different time zones, but it's just a couple hours flight. That's it.
I think I'm legit going to the beach the week of the home run derby or the All-Star game.
I don't even know what the exact date is, but I'm thankful.
I'll be busy too. See, Matt. I'm sorry, man.
That's all. It's all good. Next time. On the 12th of never. So, y'all be easy this morning.
Much love, man.
Take care.
Let's get to Volstorm. Volstorm, good morning.
C-Mac, ain't nobody going out to Colorado to smoke the kush with you, okay?
No, man. Trying to invite us to do illegal activities, which illegal here, legal there.
Well, it's not illegal there.
No, it's not. It's not illegal there at all. But no, man, we're trying to hang out with C-Mac, man, in Denver.
Ain't nobody going to go all that way out there for that.
Come over this way, C-Mac. Visit your folks in Tennessee.
How Hey, how about this, C-Mac? How about a halfway point? Dead End Barbecue.
That's right.
I'll pay for your water.
I'll pay for C-Mac's entree if he comes to Dead End Barbecue. Meets us at Dead End from Denver.
I'll pay for the water. You pay for the entree. Volstorm has the banana pudding.
Hey! Since you're big time now, Ben, you should be able to pay for more than the water.
Well,
it's true.
I'm still at the bottom of the totem pole.
I mean, I had to sit through that whole segment.
Talking about C-Mac got me coughing over here, man. See? I'm over here coughing just thinking about hanging out with C-Mac.
So guys, we're beating up on baby kittens now. Really?
Justin Powell, good transfer from Auburn, 6'6", can shoot it. I mean, Tennessee got a really good assistant coach coming in, man. A lot of
Vitello's doing work.
Hey, number 4 team in the country, by God. I mean, hey.
That's right, baby.
Kicking butt, taking names, calling people meat sticks.
Hey, guys, before I go, what's worse? What happened to Paul Pierce or getting your Twitter account suspended? See you, boys!
Paul comes across like he don't really care. Like he gives zero issues. Like, he got a job at ESPN. Apparently he's married with kids. And he put it on video. Like he live streamed it. That just tells me he don't really care.
Yeah, I also don't know that Paul was in the right frame of mind.
It don't matter.
When he went live.
There ain't no excuse. There ain't no excuse. That excuse do not work. I was drunk. It don't matter. It don't matter. So, weird, man. Weird. Way more problems, man. Rich folks' problems right there. Those are rich folks' problems.
Before we get out of here, I heard you had a great attaboy for the good people today.
No, I do have an attaboy. Attaboy is brought to you by Irish Networks. Last night, Baylor stomped Gonzaga, and the player of basically the tournament, most outstanding player, Jared Butler. And I'm giving him an attaboy number 1 because he told Alabama no and left there. He realized how bad it was to be in Tuscaloosa. And so that was a great decision. There, you can already tell he's a good decision maker. But, man, he lit up the courts last night and the scoreboard. But here on sportsspectrum.com, Baylor star Jared Butler leads team in scoring, teaches Sunday school in free time. So on Sundays, he's been a light to an elementary school this year. Baylor's leading scorer. Spends some of his free time teaching Sunday school classes at Harrison Creek Baptist Church in Waco, Texas. He says, I've been fortunate to teach 2nd and 3rd graders this year in my downtime. It's always good to be with them, and they do a great job of listening every week. It's a blessing to be able to share the gospel with them. I love it and glad to be asked about it. So I'm giving Jared Butler attaboy for his work off of the football field. And, man, it's really cool to see, athletes that, wear the good Lord on their sleeve and not apologetic about it. And goes out to lead others to Christ, whether you're a believer or not. Still good for Jared Butler going out and doing good work. So I think thankfulness for sure. When asked how he's been able to handle it, besides our Lord and Savior, but thankfulness is our ability to be able to just take every moment in as a gift. As you know, with college basketball, not being able to play sometimes is hard emotionally. We just try to be thankful we get to play every game, and the games that we do get to play, we just leave it out there on the court and just really try to buy into what we have. I think we have something special here at Baylor for sure. So giving up attaboy to Jared Butler, national champion, making the community around him better, he gets today's attaboy.
Angels fans also get an attaboy for throwing trash cans onto the field last night against the Astros. That was grade A trolling. Way to go, Angels fans.
Have a great day, a great Tuesday. Same time tomorrow, 7 a.m. For Ben McKee, I'm Jason Swain. The Swain Event is fueled by Dead and Barbecue. Peace and love. We are out.